not.
All right.
So we're just gonna jump on into this thing. This is the Second Turnbuckle Podcast, the most underrated podcast in all the wrestling podcasts.
What
we are
a
good
transition.
to finally be back.
Seriously, it's been too long. It's
Way
been,
too
God,
long.
What, the last one was, we recorded March 29th, and
then it
here
came
we
out
are, 23rd of May.
June.
Or June.
Yeah, it's June.
Yeah,
you,
June.
You just
2
had a
months
me.
later.
You just pulled a me.
All right, we got 2 special guests with us. Guys, introduce yourself. D, you up first.
How y'all doing? This is D.
You got to talk, bro. All right, and we got Feth.
What's up,
Fez,
guys?
guy.
My name is Fess or Feslow. You can call me Chase. I don't care, whatever you want to call me. But good to be here.
He's here for the free water.
Oh yeah.
We're all here
It's
for the
hot.
free water.
Hey, free water. It's summer. It's burning up.
No, we're still post drought. Like we could drought at any time now.
How
It's
are our
that-
levels?
honestly, I
Everything's
can
good?
walk out there and
Everything's good
become
so far?
bacon.
Everything is good. No, it was really hot this week. I almost thought we're gonna have to call this thing off because I was sitting out here.
Serious. California, guys.
Like, I was sitting out here setting everything up. And I was just sweating for no reason. I was just
Man, I walked in. This man had a whirlpool on his face. It was hot. You know it's hot.
yeah. It was.
Yeah, it's hot.
I mean, granted, I'm sweating right now. It's hot as hell.
You know what? It's the California charm. You know.
Yeah.
You know, people say it's hot in Texas, but it's not as hot and crowded
Yeah.
in California.
Yeah,
Very true.
It's
Very
a thing
true.
of combined with like body heat, and then nobody wears deodorant in the summer.
Oh,
It's- yeah.
Jesus.
I can't stand. I
Same.
can't stand musty people, so we
Same.
can't do that. We can't do that.
Like if you don't wear deodorant, we can't be friends.
no, if you don't wear deodorant, I'm walking away from you because I can't stand that.
No, we just can't be friends.
No,
Like,
not at all.
just
Not at all.
walk away from
Don't talk
me
to
now.
me. Nothing until you put some deodorant on.
All
Shoot,
right.
man, I got to deal with that at my job. I got musty
Ugh.
customers walking in. That's the
Ugh.
worst.
Uh-uh.
It's bad when I got to.
Hell,
That's why I hate working with people. Like I
Yeah.
love working with people.
I work
but
in a
hate
warehouse, so you know. hey,
I'm
Alright.
thinking about it.
So let's start. Let's do this.
Let's begin.
Yeah,
All right, what do we got? The Twitter. Bitch.
Oh yeah. So come on, man. Come on. I'm trying to respond with the same level of energy as he gave us. So a couple months back, this man King Duddy Dave. I don't know if it's Duddy
What
or
a
Duty.
terrible nickname.
I don't. No.
It's shit.
Guys,
Damn.
guys.
Are you trying to-
guys? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if it's Duddy or Duty, so we'll just call you Duty. All right, Duty. You responded to our first podcast by saying you listened to it and it was garbage. I responded with you from there, and you caught me when I was in Arizona with the family. We were at the Grand Canyon, so I couldn't respond to you the way I wanted to. But I woke up the other morning and I felt I needed to be petty. So we're going to get into some pettiness right now. I asked this man where was his body of work, and he said, not quote, "No one is ready for my podcast. No one is ready for your podcast because I am sure they don't exist. And if you recorded some podcasts 2 years ago, they are severely out of date, sir. You're like a killer with no body count. You're like an all-star with no points. You're a keyboard warrior. You have no body of work to back up your critique. So I challenge you to put your work on YouTube or SoundCloud. Just one, because I know you said you were waiting for distribution so you could make some money, and you didn't want to do the little fanboy thing, and you needed this distributor. And you probably don't have a distributor because you're garbage. You're hot garbage.
Manure.
You got it. Pull it back. Pull it back.
Shit. Stop. Okay, sir. Okay, Byron. All right. But my point is this. If you could make any money off the wrestling business, you'd probably be making money already. But judging by your 47 Twitter followers, your sponsorship level is pretty low. So,
Roasting like Wendy's over here.
like I said,
Damn, savage.
you have. I'm gonna give you about 2 weeks to put a reputable body of work. Just
Attempt.
attempt
Something.
Put something in there, man.
You can put a sample out. 5 minutes. Just something so we can know that you're shit.
I'm gonna try to redeem myself now. I feel that there's no passion behind anything. Like I feel like if you could have made money by now, you would have made money. But there's just no passion behind it. You're trying to make money off this thing, and it's really for the passion. Yeah, you can call us fanboys, and we sit in this hot garage and talk about wrestling.
Admittedly, the fan's on me right now. I'm feeling. Oh, wait. Okay.
It's turning.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
turned.
Thank you. That made me feel a little bit better about myself. But yeah, we sitting here with 3 fans and a packet of Arrowhead water, and we talk about what we like about wrestling. But there's passion in it, and if I did make some
Same.
money, it'd probably go right back into the product by buying better mics and a better computer system and using something that's not free to record this stuff on. You know,
Right.
Putting back into your business. I look up to people like Jay-Z and Mark Cuban who took nothing and made it into something. But you have taken nothing and made it into nothing and then critiqued or
And then
something.
shit on people who are trying to turn something that they have here, which is just passion for the business, into something that we can all enjoy.
So please, if you will, and if anyone else will, this man is at King Duddy Dave. Let me spell it out for you. KINGDUTTY DAVE Dave. Let's get a hashtag started. Where's the work, Dave?
Hashtag where's the
Where's
work?
the work, Dave?
Where's the work?
Where's the work in stereo?
Where's the work? Okay, so I did have this little write-up on a half-piece
Yeah,
paper.
let's get to some wrestling. man.
All right.
Let's
And
get to
so-
some actual wrestling.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to preface this by saying I have not watched Okada versus Omega 2 yet. But
Dang, you didn't even let us introduce the next topic.
I know.
Just go
So
right
that's why
in.
I'm prefacing it, so
Straight
they know
in.
what's coming up next. It's a little bit of a sudden segue, but I have
Straight
not
in.
seen it. However, I do know what happened, and I've read up on it. But I still need to watch it.
for the
It's
rest of
fucking incredible.
everyone who's been living under a rock.
Get it.
Okada Omega have
Watch it.
they've gone to a 60-minute Broadway in their second match. I really like the way they paced this whole storyline
It
out.
was really well done.
My first praise of the whole thing is they didn't oversaturate the market. Like I didn't have to watch them every week.
Yeah,
Like-
you didn't
like-
have to watch. I mean, they do the Road to show, so they did a Road to Dominion.
No, but it's like
which I
okay,
watched a few of. Him and the Young Bucks teamed against Okada and the Briscoes.
But they didn't do it too much. Like
No, they didn't.
Like when Roman Reigns had his 3-month Universal Championship #1 contendership, and it was just, this week we're gonna have
Reigns
Roman
versus
Reigns versus
Jericho.
Chris Jericho, and then Kevin Owens is gonna be involved, and then we're gonna have Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens
with Chris
and
Jericho
then
being
Chris
involved.
Jericho is gonna get involved, and Seth Rollins is gonna come out and save the day.
And they were gonna have Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, but Jericho and Chris and Kevin Owens are gonna get involved because that's
so true.
I forgot all about Braun Strowman until he had his whole little breakout thing. I'm not finished. That was my favorite part of Monday Night Raw
Yes.
when I went to go see
Oh my
it.
God.
Yes.
All right,
Well,
Braun-
ask Gary. But that was my favorite part. Shout out to the good brother Gary.
Yeah.
We finally need to get him on the podcast.
Same, seriously.
We'll find another mic
D,
for you.
you watched it with me. What did you think of like the pacing and all that?
I'm to be honest, I thought it was really good and I enjoyed it, and there was just nothing that I didn't like about that match.
Yeah.
I
I
haven't.
heard there were many like false finishes in that
there
match.
were some of the
and-
best false finishes that
Listen,
I've
But
seen.
Yes.
I heard there was
Listen.
also moments where they used moves and they could have covered, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
I felt like had
I mean, they had your typical WWE work a body part and just never comes back. I've never seen that go over.
Yeah,
except for,
that's
like,
true. Okada did no sell a work
Yeah,
of an
he-
injury.
And I hate that. But you had I like how we get another match with them sometime in the future. Probably not in the next 3 months.
no,
No.
And,
No, I
and,
wouldn't
it
think
needs
so.
to happen at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
And then-
definitely.
and then like
Number 12, man.
the narrative of the first match was Omega couldn't hit the one winged angel.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then this next
This
one,
one he hit it.
this one he hit. Not only did he hit it, but he almost got him.
And it was
I thought it was
and
over.
It was
And
too
then
close
wait.
to the ropes.
Yeah,
It was
it was a
foot
rope
up on
break.
the rope, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
rope break.
Yeah.
Last second.
And then Cody Rhodes came out with the towel.
That was
tried
great.
to throw the towel in.
That was great.
That
Yeah.
was a great moment. It kind of sowed some seeds of a possible Kenny Omega breakaway from Bullet Club, which I want to
It'll
see.
happen eventually.
Okay,
I think his
they're
stock
gonna-
is too huge to stay in Japan.
But listen, guys. Like my favorite part is the first match. Kenny Omega kind of wrestled heel. This time he didn't.
Okay.
No, he
Wow.
very much wrestled the face.
Okada wrestled
okay.
more heel than Omega did, in my opinion.
Those V
Wow.
triggers
Yeah.
were some of the stiffest knees I've ever seen in wrestling.
And that's my
He got like 3 in a row at one point.
that's my real appreciation about Japanese wrestling. Like
So stiff.
God.
it looks real. Like
yeah,
my,
it does.
like
And
I-
they treat it real.
The
I-
way they do suplexes, German suplexes especially. Oh my god!
It makes my neck
the
cringe every
angle's
time.
so high.
yeah.
The Dragon Rush for Kenny.
Yeah.
Anything involving necks in Japan, my neck
Just necks.
Yeah.
Japan hates necks. Like
Japan
yes,
hates necks,
yes.
and it hates your face.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, my face cringes at
don't
certain
forget your
moves,
chest.
and I'm just
They-
like, oh god.
Japan
Yeah.
doesn't
it's
like
not
your
me.
chest. They're gonna hit you with them kicks, chops.
no,
all
but
of
wait, the shotgun drop kick.
Oh.
Oh.
Rest,
And
ripperoni.
two of basically the best drop kicks in wrestling were on showcase in this.
Yeah.
Omega's drop kick, it's a little frazzzy, but it's really good. And
Omega has the
Okada's
best
so
drop kick
smooth.
in the world. I
I'd
don't
say
care.
it's Okada.
You know what?
It
You
has
know
the
what?
I like both of
Omega
them.
thing.
Or you
I
know
like
what?
both of them.
AJ Styles has a really good drop kick too.
Yeah.
AJ Styles has
I
a
like
pretty
Dolph's
good
drop
everything.
kick too.
I mean, yeah.
AJ Styles.
So
okay,
does Okada.
listen. Fight me. I know people want to say that just because they had a 6-star match, that the two of the greatest wrestlers in the world. AJ Styles is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes,
no
listen.
question.
Always.
And here's my preference: WWE has a safe style, but to get used to wrestling on TV like that is a very hard thing to do.
Yes, it is.
And AJ Styles, after that Royal Rumble, he just got it.
He did.
That,
He
like, 'cause-
really did.
'cause
But he
with-
probably. I mean,
even
he did
Shinsuke,
TNA.
Shinsuke is having trouble.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
but-
Even though he was on, he was in
NXT.
NXT for a year.
Right.
Even he's having trouble. He was in TNA, but TNA is way different.
I mean, but they still. It's still the fact of you have to look at a hard cam, and you still have to look at different camera angles and be set up in the certain rings that you don't
Yeah.
face
Because, like,
a certain way when
my-
they need a shot. But yeah, I get it. But
My
WWE's a whole
thing
different
is
animal.
with Shinsuke is
We're
lost
We're way.
on-
Yeah,
we're
we're way off on a
topic.
tangent.
We'll get back to this.
Well, we can get back to
Put
Shinsuke when we do Money in the Bank.
right, but
Put a pin in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we had some amazing wrestling. I think the character development as a Kenny Omega as a face
Astounding.
was
Really
was
good.
amazing. Like the way he
The
looked
pacing
like.
of this match made him look like $1 million.
Yeah,
it
and
really did. When it finally came to the last V trigger and he missed it and he hit the Rainmaker and he went for another one and he
fell, yeah.
collapsed. That was amazing. I've never seen that, and I never popped so hard for somebody not taking a move. Because then Okada he sprung out of the way.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he twirled out of the way. He looked like a rag doll. And that
was
moment
great,
where it's
though.
like they were so exhausted.
Okay, unpopular opinion. I hate the Rainmaker.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
Why?
I think it's pretty cool.
I think that's understandable though because
Like, how many Rainmakers do you have to hit to legitimately finish somebody off?
Oh, okay. That in that
And not
aspect,
to
I guess I
mention-
get what you mean.
not to mention the move also has like the same force of a wet paper towel.
Basically.
It feels like
You
guys remember-
and
Well, I
you
mean,
wanna-
think
and
of
you
the
want to
ripcord
talk
after.
about Jinder's finisher.
Oh,
hold on,
God.
but it's like, do you guys remember Wade Barrett's first finisher, the Wasteland?
I
Yeah,
loved
the
Wasteland.
that looked
It
like
was
a
pathetic.
move.
Some people sold it good though,
he just
Yeah.
throws
I
it
I
down
mean,
on
yeah,
the floor.
I mean, I guess.
but the bullhammer was much better.
But listen,
Yeah.
listen. It's like when when Wade Barrett tried to put Randy Orton through a table with it, and Randy just kind of fell asleep.
Oh God, yes. I don't remember what event or what that was at, but
I think it was right before TLC or something.
okay,
One of those.
which was a good table match they had.
But it was like he just
Still
like
Nexus.
Randy Orton
Okay,
just
oh,
fell
wait, was
into
it
it like
Nexus or was it like Core or one of those break-off ones from the Nexus?
Bear was by himself.
I
at
think
that
no,
point.
Core was just on. Did he go to SmackDown?
SmackDown.
before?
They
Yeah.
were all on SmackDown.
Core was only on SmackDown.
Nexus was
Anyway.
Raw.
So why do you hate?
Well, new
so why do you
Nexus.
hate the rain? Is it just
It's
the Force?
okay. Like I can believe if you take a one-winged angel, you'd be done.
right?
But like if you can take 3 finishes in a row and then still kick out, then I have an issue with that. Even the FU, you take more than 2, you're done.
Right.
Like I think that when John
Separated
Cena and AJ Styles had the
At the Rumble.
Classic.
the classic Royal Rumble match, which is up there with top 5 best matches of the year.
Yes.
And he
Yes.
rolled through the FU.
That was great. He
That
rolled
was
it and did another
incredible.
one. I loved it.
So yeah, like if you can if I can take 4 Rainmakers and still kick out, then
It's not a good move.
It's-
My thing is,
Well, also at the same
but like the pop though, the pop
Right.
that you get with the Rainmaker.
It's great.
My favorite part of the Rainmaker is the Japanese announcer calling the Rainmaker. It's not the movie.
They hype it up so much, and I love that. Just like Corey Graves with the Kinshasa.
Yeah.
So.
see, but I think the one thing that the Rainmaker is missing is that that stank. Because when you think about a stunner, right? If you just grab him by the neck and drop down.
Like,
It's
you
like
gotta
that's
kick
one
him-
thing.
you have to kick him
But
in the
if you
stomach.
kick him in the stomach and you
And
hit it,
then-
now that's a stone cold stunner. It's
Exactly.
Right,
missing
you're right.
that.
You're right. And
So now, I wonder, like, Luke Harper has the discus clothesline.
Yeah,
I wonder if he
it's
like
really
did
good.
the ripcord action and then went into a discus clothesline.
See, no. What I
That
think,
could be
what I think
really
he should
good.
do is
It can
instead of doing
work.
the clothesline,
Listen.
just opt out of the clothesline entirely. Do the short arm into a forearm.
yeah,
That could work.
That
Or
straight
elbow.
into it. Now
But
that's money. That's a
like
rainmaker.
I don't even.
Try my best.
I didn't even. It has to come from your belly. I'll teach you that.
Has to come from within.
It has to come from your belly.
Okay.
But I didn't even like the bull hammer. Like my
the bull
favorite discus move is this spinning Austin Aries discus punch where he
Yes,
goes off in the
yes.
roll.
It looks
And-
so
and
fucking
then
stiff.
and then he hits a roll.
Yeah.
So it's not just like I'm just gonna stand here and spin around because my turning 360 degrees with these tiny human ankles is gonna propel my fists
Well, I mean,
into their
the power in
face.
it comes from twisting your hips. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily from turning.
Okay,
Oh,
Power Rangers.
Austin Aries.
It's not Power
has-
Rangers. That's just martial
it's
arts.
very
man.
Power Rangers,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I
It's
have
martial
to say,
arts.
though,
Yeah, I understand, and I use real martial arts in Power Rangers.
I know what's funny about Power Rangers though is that.
Okay, don't get too
okay,
far
Let's
off
not
on
get
a
too far.
Yeah,
off.
we'll record about the Power Rangers after this podcast.
That worked.
We'll get our speaking of podcasts. I probably should have did this earlier. Follow us on Facebook at the Second Turnbuckle Podcast. On Twitter, it's like
It's ST podcast. ST and P are capitalized, and then capital K number 2.
see the reason we couldn't get ST Podcast because of iCarly.
Yeah, we
And,
mentioned that. We mentioned that on the last one. If you guys
Wait,
haven't
what?
seen the last one, go check the last
The
one. We mentioned it on
iCarly had like this
there.
spaghetti
Yeah,
taco
spaghetti
thing.
Tacos
Oh
podcast.
wow!
So
It's
wow.
not been used since 2013.
Still
There's
copyrighted.
not even
Still
been any
copyrighted, I
posts.
guess.
No, it's not copyrighted. It's
We
just
can't
some-
get it.
They won't take the page down
Horrible.
for some reason.
Horrible.
And iCarly's done. Didn't
Yeah, they're not
didn't the
doing it.
older brother get his own show?
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was in the works and it got canceled.
Oh, see,
Closest
think-
thing
I
to
think
it was
that was
Sam
it.
and
Well,
Cat.
he tough
I don't.
puppy.
I don't.
Sam and Cat, like honestly, all the Nickelodeon shows are shit.
All of them.
Okay, we're on wrestling, not Nickelodeon.
Right.
Listen,
right.
listen. It's just a bunch of people that
Oh,
were.
careful the table.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of people from the '90s. We're just having these '90s,
90s
90s
nostalgia.
nostalgic moments. We're not going
Yes.
to talk about the
Even though
Attitude
we're
Era
talking
right
about
now.
a show in the
The
2000s.
Attitude-
We'll
The
get to that later.
Attitude Era deserves its own podcast.
Yes.
Which will probably come out 6 months from now, knowing our track record.
Yeah, I know, seriously.
Oh god.
But back on top, I don't think there's really much more that anybody can say that hasn't already been said about this match. But great pacing, amazing sequences, false finishes. That one moment will stick in the rest of wrestling when he collapsed under the Rainmaker. I
Yeah.
think that'll be an iconic moment for years to come.
I mean, that's like,
People are going to talk about this and the last match, the first one from Wrestle Kingdom,
of course,
for a
like
long
this is
time.
this is the I have the privilege of trying to get my youngest nephew into wrestling, and this is like his moment. Like my moment was Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 20, the curtain call. Like his
Yeah.
moment is
Makes me cry
Kenny
every time.
Omega collapsing from the attempted Rainmaker. It's
And
like-
this was towards the close, so like they were building towards a crescendo, and it wasn't quite the end, but it still felt like it could have ended at any time.
yeah, and like
Yeah,
this is. I haven't been excited about a series of Broadways since CM Punk Samoa Joe.
Yeah,
CM Punk and what?
Samoa Joe, you haven't seen that?
Oh, in Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
Remember that back when he was wearing the boxer short?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he had the double elbow pads.
And
Oh
then,
my god.
And then CM Punk hadn't quite made it to Wrestling Trunks yet.
Wasn't he? Didn't he have blonde hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
Yeah,
had blonde hair
that's
and he,
CM
and
Punk.
he had the Pro Club shirts on.
Oh,
True
that
Punk
CM Punk.
and
Okay.
CM
I've
Punk.
seen
Listen,
that.
listen.
five,
CM
Punk.
Punk, the hood will forever respect you for the Pro Club shorts.
Yes. Yes.
Always.
All right.
Forever respect.
Any last words on Omega Okada too?
I still need to watch it, but
we
it
know you
does
do.
sound phenomenal.
I'm gonna go watch it again because that's how much I loved it.
All right.
Because it was great.
So next we have a Don't Hinder Jinder.
India, number one.
Okay.
India,
His
number
finisher
one.
is
Okay, come on,
terrible.
come on, guys.
The Cobra Clutch Slam,
Wait,
the way
wait,
he does
wait,
it is
wait a minute,
terrible.
wait a minute.
Luke Harper
Wait,
sold it
stop
good. Otherwise,
it.
it's fine.
Stop the presses.
Stop it. I think a lot of the issue with Jinder has been Randy Orton. Randy Orton.
Oh, don't even give me that shit.
Listen.
I love Randy, though.
You know Randy Orton, when he doesn't like an angle, he will just quit on the whole thing.
Very
Yeah,
true.
but he hasn't
Very
done that
fucking
either.
true.
If you watch the matches, he put his all into it. When he threw the Singh brothers
That was great.
on the table, and the dude flipped.
he probably
First
had a-
off, he gave this face of like, oh,
Like,
I messed up.
He was probably having a bad day because Randy Orton.
Randy has
bad
ankle
days.
Randy
problems.
is always a
No,
bad
no, no,
day.
no, no.
He has ankle problems.
See,
You gotta
that
be careful.
face.
Randy's
that face
bad
was,
day.
Yeah.
That face was literally just him going, "Well, I know that shit hurt."
Hey, could've been.
True.
Could've been.
No, that
Honestly.
shit
True.
Yeah, that was bad. I don't remember the match. I know it's bad, but like
That's okay. That shows like we have a WWE champion where nothing he does is memorable. Although the Punjabi celebration was really cool.
That was
awesome.
great.
That was
was
really
great.
Cool. I'll
I love
give
it.
you
Listen,
that.
the
But
most-
he's a terrible
Listen,
wrestler.
the most memorable part.
He's terrible.
Stop it. The most memorable part for me has been the one time where he came out on SmackDown and everything was black and like the carpet came out under him. That was so dope. That was so
Definitely,
dope.
definitely.
I was like,
all right, cool. Yeah,
Give
okay, I'll
him
give
that.
it that. No, I'll
give
give you
him that.
That
I
was
think Jinder Mahal needs to come out on Tuesday with the shower sparks, like Randy Orton used to do.
Oh, yeah, that works.
cool. Oh,
That would
how you get?
How insulting would that be?
When he goes when he held the championship up, the sparks.
Oh,
falls
you got to
from
get the hand, the cuffed
Hey,
hand.
remember
Yeah,
Del
that's
Rio used to have it at
shit.
one time too.
him. Del Rio did have it.
He
But,
looks like he's about to. Okay, who's seen? Just a little tiny tangent. Who's seen Indiana Jones
Yeah.
and Temple of Doom?
Yeah.
He looks like he's about to go into your chest and pull out your heart.
Oh God, that's
That
horrible.
cuffed
No,
hand.
but it's great.
That's what I think of every time.
The one defining moment for me and the whole Jinder becomes WWE champion is still the Indian announce team screaming India #1. It is
Yeah, it's
was
funny
the
as shit.
funniest shit ever.
Listen. I didn't have much hope for this when I saw Jinder Mahal's ring plates. I think we talked about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did in
Oh,
our, in our
yeah,
chat.
yeah.
And nobody got it. It's just a black plate with his name on it.
With Jinder Mahal.
Look at Randy Orton's. He's a Cobra. Look at AJ
Roman
Styles.
Reigns got his
Viper.
little thing.
It's
Styles
P1.
has the.
Yeah.
Look at Wyatt. He has
The
he has
P1.
the eagle or the Volt. My bad.
I
The,
think it was- I thought it
the
was the Lantern.
buzzards.
That was
My
the
bad,
Lantern.
buzzards.
Buzzards, yes.
My
The
apologies.
buzzer. So
Yeah.
like everybody else got this dope nameplate. They
Yeah.
really put some time
Yeah,
into.
but what could you put as Jinder Mahal's theme?
India
He doesn't
number
really
one.
have
Anything
like
They
in
could put Jinder
Punjabi.
Mahal in Maharaja.
Anything in Punjabi.
India #1.
The Maharaja.
number one.
They could put Maharaja.
They could have put the Maharaja on there.
Yeah, they
and
could've
it
put
would
that.
have been
India, they
perfect.
could
Maharaja.
they could have put the Taj Mahal on there
At
or
least
something
they
like
gave
that.
Yeah,
him
something.
nameplates.
They could have gave him a Taj Mahal background, not to be too. I don't like. He doesn't have a lot of character development. That's
True.
And his mic skills are
Trash.
Yeah.
And but
his
And it's the
mic.
same foreign
Listen,
heel gimmick that we've
Yeah.
had
His-
so many times.
his
Remember
mic
Muhammad
skills-
Hassan? That didn't work very well.
his
but
mic
it's working
skills,
for Jinder.
Not really.
His mic
He's
skills
WWE
are
champion. Is it really not working?
Shit, he's
Yeah,
done
but
a lot.
that's just to sell on the
his
Indian
mic
market.
skills are prime '80s foreign heel.
He would've
So
been
Iron
Vince-
Sheik.
Yeah, and
Vince
that doesn't
McMahon,
work anymore.
Vince McMahon written, and it's like as an African American man, it really makes me think. Like you guys say, if somebody says you guys hate diversity, everybody boos. Do we really hate diversity?
Right.
Like,
Well, I mean, like,
Is that-
well,
is
you know
that
how much
really
I
a
love
thing?
Apollo Crews.
Yeah,
If
Apollo
he
Crews is
became
great.
if he became U.S. or well, he's on Raw now, right? If he
Yeah.
became IC champ, I'd be fine. I mean, he'd have to be built up first, obviously.
Oh,
Because
of course.
if we just propel
Don't just hand
Crews
him
and
the
I hate
title,
on
please
Jinder,
don't.
I'm total hypocrite.
Apollo cannot talk if he's IC champion.
that's
Leave
why,
that to Titus.
Listen. I'm so glad they put him with Titus.
Oh my God, it's like the
Yeah,
best.
Titus brand is- I'm loving
he's,
that
He's
right
building
now.
up.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he's building up. So like, I absolutely love Apollo Crews. My biggest thing with Jinder is that he's sloppy in the ring. You
have a
can kind
point.
of tell. There's a few. Like there are some sequences like he did with Sami Zayn that weren't too bad, but he fucked up the tornado DT.
Yeah.
How do you fuck up the tornado?
True.
You do like
True.
20%
How do
of
you
the
do
work,
You turn around and then drop and just fall forward.
and
right
that
on your
whole
head.
That's
match
it.
was kind of sloppy.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
And they both speak English, so there's no like language barrier or anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was just
I've
the match
seen-
was sloppy.
I've
I
seen a
think
match.
he-
I've seen a match between Rob Van Dam and Pentagon Jr.
How was
and
that?
It was a good match, but you could tell that
There's a language barrier.
there was a language barrier.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Like it wasn't Pentagon's best work, and
No,
you could
it
tell.
wasn't. And
that-
Pentagon's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fact. Speaking of Pentagon.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
You went to the PCW
Oh,
show.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
that's-
really
that's
nice.
really
I like
nice.
Is this
that.
the one where
Yeah, it is. This
He
we're,
still
we're
wrestles?
looking at a.
Right, Yoshi Toss still
we're looking
exists?
He
at
broke
the,
his
um,
fucking neck. not too
he's
long.
in,
He did.
he wrestles in Japan. He
Well-
wrestled at Dominion.
Wow. I did not know that.
A little context. We're looking at the PCW Tidal Wave poster. You guys know by now this is my favorite local indie wrestling promotion. Check them out. They have 2 events coming up. They do events like every quarter, every couple months. If you would go check them out, I'm totally plugging them to try to get free tickets.
At least you're honest about it.
Let's keep it 100.
Sponsor us.
For real, please.
Sponsors.
A little sponsorship break.
All right.
But yeah,
Jinder Mahal.
back to this. This is gonna be a
Admittedly,
mess.
Admittedly, I mentioned this to you, D, on the way here. If it was anybody else, I think I'd be fine because they've been booking it really well. Like the whole celebration angle,
Because you
riding
don't
in
like
on
brown people.
Oh no, that's absolutely not it.
In all honesty,
That's absolutely not it. I don't think he's that good. And the fact
You're
that
right.
like we have the whole don't hinder Jinder thing, like it feels like a joke, and I don't think the WWE champion should feel like a joke.
in all honesty, how much you want to bet at SummerSlam? He comes riding in on an elephant.
You know what?
First of all-
I would be so happy.
First of all,
I would laugh.
First of
I
all,
would be on the ground
First
crying.
of all, I'd hope it'd be a small elephant.
Right. Right.
That would be amazing.
Please.
Secondly,
Please let it.
there's the rumor that we're gonna get to see a Punjabi prison match, which
No,
I
no,
which-
no.
Oh, yeah,
no,
Battleground.
no,
You know what? Hold
nope,
on, hold
nope,
on.
It's a rumor.
Nope, nope, nope.
a rumor.
Lots of
Hold on.
nope, nope,
Sir,
nope, nope,
sir,
nope, nope,
sir,
nope,
sir,
nope.
sir.
Nope.
We're live.
Wait, can I put in my 2 cents about Jinder? Okay. So,
Hey,
no-
Penny.
yes. So, honestly, people have been shitting on Jinder being WWE champion, but honestly, I'm kind of liking it. It might
You
not be
said
the
honestly
best.
twice.
Wait, what?
You said honestly twice. Come on now.
But anyway, so I'm liking it. I'm going along with it because honestly, we could have had worse. So I'm just seeing where it goes.
Boring ass Randy champion for another 2 months.
Oh
Well,
God, no.
Hey, Bray Wyatt should still be WWE champion right now. So
That would have been great.
Listen,
I'd be fine with
listen.
that.
I know I give D a hard time. This is his first podcast. I don't know if he's had a mic this close to his face in life. So let's give D a hand real quick. Yeah,
What's up?
I appreciate that.
that's
Don't
enough.
hinder
I
D.
appreciate
That's enough. That's enough. All right.
Don't hinder D.
Clap and a
No,
half.
you don't get a hashtag. You're new.
Okay.
You got to put in this work.
All right. All right.
The only person that gets a hashtag around here is Dave. Where's the work, Dave?
Where's the work, Dave?
Oh,
Where's the work,
God.
Dave?
But he ain't put in no work. So how
Yes,
can
he has.
That's the point.
And that's the
Where's the work, Dave?
Where's it?
In all honesty, though, when it comes to Jinder, I want to see him excel. I
Same.
see potential
Yeah.
in Jinder Mahal, and he's really good. Like he has a good look in the ring. He's
Shut it,
clean.
Captain.
He's just
Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it.
Put a pin in it.
You-
Put a pin in it.
Shut it, Captain.
He is not on steroids.
He absolutely is.
He's not.
He absolutely is.
He's not.
Have you
He
seen?
is.
Have you seen the man work out?
I have.
Have you seen the people he works out
You,
with?
I have.
You can take anabolic steroids in conjunction with working out.
Oh, yeah, I
You
understand.
tell me, look at his chest the next time. His veins are literally popping out, and he's only walked to the entrance.
The man doesn't eat carbs.
Okay. No,
That's
Oh my
bullshit.
God.
Okay.
Oh my
I could
God.
not eat.
Listen,
I could not eat carbs
listen,
for a whole month.
listen.
You would
And I
look
would
ripped.
not
If
look
you
anything
worked out, you would look ripped.
Listen.
That's how it
Not
works,
as
huh?
much as he is.
Here's the thing.
That's just probably how his body
Here's
is,
the thing.
though.
Some people.
No, he's on it.
Some people are naturally veiny.
True.
That's true.
Like, and
Everyone's
listen,
body-
Not
listen,
to his
listen,
extent.
Listen. And these people do warm up before a match, and so I could see like,
That's true.
and if you follow bodybuilding, they'll say, okay, you don't need anything to make yourself look more vascular. Just eat a bunch of top ramen.
Oh my God.
the sodium's gonna make your veins pop up.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
like,
get it. Okay.
so like people do things like he
Right.
does work out with bodybuilders and powerlifters and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
And-
so he wouldn't know how to make himself look veiny. Ryback's point was he had
Yeah, he
his
had that little tissue deformity
he
over
had this
his
little-
left, or
Yeah.
under his left.
his nipple puffy.
muscle.
His nipples were puffy.
He had puffy nipples.
What the
It
fuck,
wasn't
man?
even that. It was like there was this little bit sticking out that was
Yeah.
apparently like a tissue deformity, and Ryback said,
Yeah.
if we're gonna actually take what Ryback says as not pettiness against WWE,
I feel like he has some pettiness towards
he
them.
has absolute
Listen,
pettiness.
listen.
It was
Ryback.
tissue
Ryback
deformity.
makes some decent points.
Based on
He does.
anabolic steroid use. That's where I get it from, and my thing
I mean,
is,
the
it's,
man
it's
should
a
know.
joke, but it makes sense. If Ryback,
He
if
did-
anybody
he
knows
did-
who's on steroids, it's Ryback.
he
Wait,
did-
was
he
Ryback
did
on steroids
admit-
for real?
Absolutely.
He did admit
Look at him.
He did admit he used steroids in the earlier part of his career, but he stopped.
Oh.
I don't know how true it is because it's from the horse's mouth.
Look at him.
The man is a.
Okay, don't
He's
sit
just
here
fuck.
and be don't sit here and be mad about people who can look like that.
I could be jealous. I could fucking be jealous. The fuck,
Are you jealous of Vince McMahon too?
dude? Have you seen Vince McMahon? Fuck yeah.
He's fucking ripped and he's 70 years
Ripped as
old.
hell.
He's ripped and he's 70. What the
Roman
hell,
Reigns
man?
says hi.
Roman Reigns.
Listen. I
All right, let's wrap this up. We're
no, I'm talking about Vince McMahon now.
Okay.
no, stay on topic.
Segued into Vince.
We're on Vince. We have topics, but we really don't have any topics. We still don't know what we're doing.
We got some subtopics to talk about.
Yeah, true. Fine, fair enough.
We still, but like Vince, by the time I get 70, I want to look. I want to drink every day.
I want to look that good.
I know I don't want to look like that good. Listen. When I hit 75, I'm driving this thing like it's stolen. I'm eating soul food every day.
Oh my goodness!
Look, I understand that because when you retire, you don't have to worry about shit.
True.
Like you don't
Unless you're
you
sick,
don't
True.
understand.
Unless you're sick.
I don't.
You don't understand.
You don't understand, America.
Don't hinder gender.
No. That's but like when I get that age, like you're not gonna want my organs if I was an organ donor. You don't want them.
Damn.
You don't want them because
That's wow.
I'm eating butter. I'm
Whole blocks of butter, not just like butter on the side. Whole blocks.
Butter's good, but it ain't that damn good.
Kentucky Fair, there is such thing as deep fried butter. That's not a joke.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm frying everything. I'm eating butter.
I love fried food though.
All this healthy living I'm doing right now is going to be for not when I turn 76.
Oh my
when I
God.
turn 76, just give me a big old cake of soul food.
That worked. I love me some soul.
That's how it is.
Mm-hmm. Don't look like Vince McMahon, basically.
I'm gonna look more like Paul Heyman.
Oh my God! No shots to Paul Heyman, by the way.
Oh, what about those guys
You're
in
not
NXT?
listening to this damn podcast.
What about what's their names in
Paul
NXT?
Heyman has better things to do than listen to four guys who have never wrestled a wrestling match, even though I'm still open to be chopped by Bully Ray.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
I want to take a stunner. I really do.
I want to honestly.
I wouldn't mind
if
taking a
anything was gonna happen, I would much rather get put through a table. I think that would be an experience.
You guys are garbage. I'm going straight to the top.
You're a moron.
Would you not want to get put through a table by Bully Ray?
Can Jeff Hardy just swanton through me
Fuck that.
while I'm on the table?
No,
that'd be
no, you're aiming too high.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean,
I'm
I'd
just
take
asking for too much.
I wouldn't mind
You're
taking a
asking
super
for too
kick
much.
from Sean since it doesn't actually hit you.
I would take
That'll
a super
work.
kick from the Young Bucks.
Yes.
I think
Yeah, that'd be
fun.
cool as shit.
I need a super super kick from I forgot Adam Cole's not in there anymore. I need a super kick from
Yeah, super click is done.
I need a super kick from Omega and the Young Bucks at the same time.
That works.
I need
Yeah,
3
triple
feet.
super kick.
3 feet to the
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay.
But yeah, so let's
Nothing
we
but
off
sadists
Tinder
in here,
now?
people. Nothing but sadists.
we're doing it for love. It's all out of
don't
love.
love-
Sadists or is it
The
masochists?
things we do. for
Masochists.
love.
Masochists love pain.
Masochists, right? Masochists.
Sadists love inflicting
Sadists love
pain.
inflicting.
Nothing but
So yeah,
masochists in here, folks.
we're done with gender.
Can
Money
we put
in
in
the
a quick
bank.
sub tank.
Subtag.
Just sub. Enzo and Cass.
Oh,
Oh,
What do
yeah.
you guys wanna
Well,
wait till
that
Great
comes.
Balls
We
of Fire?
could do that after Money in the Bank.
We're doing.
You guys
Because
wanna
we're
go
doing
to Great
Money in the
Balls of Fire on that one?
we'll save that for Great Balls of Fire because they gotta have a match at Great Balls of
Yeah,
Fire,
they
man.
have-
Balls of
Yeah.
fire.
Okay,
They
so
have to.
Money in the Bank.
So let's just call it the.
Cool. There's a lot of good shit.
Oh
here.
no! Let's just start off right off the rip. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Hold on. We're
It
saving
wasn't
that. We're saving that for last because
That's
last-
the first
Really?
thing that happened in the night. We need to talk
we're
What
saving
about
that
ladies
for last.
first?
Yeah, that's
No.
the first thing in the night.
Okay,
All right.
it's
Usos,
ladies
New
first.
Day?
What about ladies first?
It's ladies first, but technically they still have to redo that match. So,
Oh, okay,
Right,
okay.
true.
I got you.
so like I just want to say that I enjoyed the pay per view. I had to watch it in 2 shifts because I fell asleep
Yeah,
on it
you
the first
did.
time.
Damn.
I think it was booked terribly. Not from a work standpoint, but from the actual booking of the pay per view.
Your biggest problem was placement.
Yeah,
Was a
Match
card
placement.
the,
So,
the,
like,
the way the card was structured.
I wouldn't have put Women's Money in the Bank
That's first.
I
match
would have put it
first
second.
because you can't do that to the crowd to start out your pay per view.
Inflate the crowd.
No. Because Ellsworth got up there and felt like, yes. And then he had
And then
the
he unhooked
briefcase.
it and dropped
And then he dropped it, and everybody was like, wait a minute.
Wait, what?
Huh?
It's like, what just happened?
It's like y'all just cheered for this. Y'all knew exactly what was gonna happen.
And,
Right.
and the best part of that is the chance didn't immediately stop. Like, it did a wave around the arena when everybody finally got what was going on.
And then it was like, yes, yeah, really?
It's like, wait, what just happened there?
So, like, it started at Kirk was like, oh, no. And Denzel was like, huh? And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. What happened?
That's basically what
and
it
then
was.
Jason finally gets it. And then Fast finally gets it, and it's like,
This is shit.
I don't know how to feel. No.
Well, I didn't really like that at all.
I was torn. I was torn in
And
between.
I think everybody in the audience was torn, and they didn't finally make, like, that's a historic event the crazy
Yeah.
ending. You can't just digest that and figure out how you feel about it.
for the rest of the night.
Well,
Yeah.
and my biggest problem was they were treating it so huge. I mean, all the promos that happened before, the video packages.
I love
with,
so,
like,
so,
all
so
the-
since we're here, I feel so bad for Tamina's knees.
Oh, Jesus.
What's wrong with her
God,
knees?
she got bodied in that match.
Like her knees.
She
just
kept
took-
taking a lot of bumps.
She took a lot. She took like a lot of like not. She took a lot of standing bumps with the landing on your feet.
Yeah.
So like, and you know she has bad knees.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Did you
like,
not see her arm on SmackDown?
yeah.
No, what happened?
Oh my lord! I think it was her left arm. Her entire left arm is bruised.
Yeah.
Really?
Badly bruised, red.
So
and
that's why she's
purple.
been out.
No, she's back.
I
No,
think
no,
she
she
worked that night.
she
didn't
worked. No, she didn't work. She was just in the ring.
Okay. No,
Oh,
they
so
were
was
always
she
in the ring.
manager, quote unquote, an escort, if you will?
No. Like I don't.
No,
I don't-
they-
I don't-
was a
Okay,
segment.
not that. It's called an escort when you bring out a
We
a
know what
wrestler.
you're talking
Let's-
about. We're
let's
talking
call-
about wrestling.
Okay.
here.
Let's go to the valet.
My mind was in the gutter.
Valet.
Yeah.
My mind was in
Talking
the
about Ric Flair escorts.
No, my mind was in the gutter when he said.
Godfather. Godfather.
Wait, what about Godfather's escorts?
Oh, Train.
The
Hi, Lita.
whole train.
Hey, that's not how Victoria got to start.
Victoria and Lita. Lita too.
Yeah.
She was
Oh,
one of
goddamn.
Godfather's
Hey,
escorts.
hey,
Oh,
hey!
Lord.
Don't despise humble beginning. A hoe today could be a champion tomorrow.
Hi, Jinder.
I think that's the best line on this podcast today. Oh my God!
No.
Why'd you have to go
You
there?
can't do that to that man. All right, he's trying.
He is though.
He's just mad because it's not that vascular.
He was.
All right.
He was
I'm mad because he's shit.
from 3MB
You're
to
just-
WWE champion.
You're just mad because you're not that vascular.
I'm mad because he's shit.
3MB to WWE champion.
Okay,
Hey, nothing wrong with
Okay,
that.
hold on.
No, this is for you. Jinder Mahal, a great colleague.
Answer it.
Answer it.
Who's worse?
Who would you rather see in the ring?
Jinder Mahal all
Champion
day.
right now.
You know you have to say Jinder.
No, it's champion right now. I'm not even talking about Great Khali in his heyday when he could move and work. I mean Jinder
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Oh,
Khali or Mahal?
No, Mahal is WWE champion.
hate
Great
you.
Khali
Mahal.
doesn't need
This
to
is not for you.
Mahal.
There it is. There it is. All right. New
Khali's
Day
so
and the Usos for
I
the tag
loved
team
The match
champions.
That
was really good. I liked the finish. I
Okay,
liked the
okay.
It was good. It was good.
But they had to work admittedly harder because of the match before.
Okay, now wasn't this right after the
Yeah,
women's
Right
Sure.
after the
event?
women's match.
It
That
was literally
was the
right.
after.
shittiest
So
decision
here's-
ever for that.
Here's how I would have rebooked pay per view.
Okay.
I would have put. I would have put the women's match on first, just because nobody's gonna get on the same night. Like I think if you
They've only done it twice.
Yeah,
no
it
no
would've
no
been
no,
twice.
it's happened before, but like and you cannot save a pay per view. So like think about back to Roman Reigns, not Roman Reigns. He won it from he pinned Roman Reigns. Think about Seth Rollins.
Oh.
that's
Seth
true.
Rollins held the briefcase until WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and that was basically your get out of jail free card.
Basically.
So like
Admittedly, though, the people were into that match.
I
Roman
was.
and
the
Brock.
people, okay,
It was
but,
really good.
I loved it.
Okay, you get into the match, but it's still Roman Reigns. So it's like
People hated Reigns. That's all.
it's like you don't know if you're getting into the match because you hate Roman Reigns or it's a good match. Like I
It was
can
a
get
good
it.
match.
It was a
No,
good match. That's why I liked it.
yeah.
It wasn't. I
But,
didn't hate on
it
Roman.
was a good match, but what do you remember more? The offense before
Right,
or
the cash in.
or the cash in?
Yeah.
Answer the question.
It's the cash in.
Obviously, it's the cash in.
The cash in
Okay.
was the cash in
So-
made that match great.
Although
So-
there was the moment where what's his name got busted open and everybody thought that he was blading. Was
That
it
w-
Brock or was it Roman?
Brock, it was Brock.
Brock is always
He doesn't
disrespected
blade.
a blade.
Roman just bleeds
Brock-
in the mouth.
He's-
I
Right,
think
he
Brock,
has
Brock
his-
has Ric Flair skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Ric Flair.
Him and Primate.
yeah.
Oh Lord, Primate busts himself open at every
Yeah.
WCPW.
Oh my God.
But
Every
He
event.
busted himself open with the title.
What?
He busts himself open on a trash can with his hand.
I'm done.
but but basically, if you cash in the same night, you just waste like a year's worth of this match sucks.
Right.
Send them out now.
But
Yeah.
it was good with Ambrose when he did
See,
it.
I
It was
feel
really
like
good with Ambrose.
It was really good with Ambrose because didn't he win from
Rollins.
Roman?
He won from Rollins.
One from Rollins after
No,
Rollins
he won
won.
from Rollins. He ran in on Rollins because remember Roman got pinned.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
the counter into the pedigree and then
And
he
then
put
the
another
next
pedigree.
second pedigree, right?
Okay, and that was great because of the dynamic with the Shield.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
And
good.
it was instant gratification for the 2014 feud,
Yeah.
which he sort of lost.
I mean,
so-
hold on, but I still think the best Shield moment was at the Money in the Bank. Was it last year when it was Roman versus It was Roman versus Seth Rollins. Seth won, and then Dean
that was what.
in.
Yeah,
That was last year.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about. That was.
That's the
yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
No, that was like the best cash in
Lay
on
off
earth.
the green, man.
Lay off the green.
Never. I'm
Yeah.
RVD in this bitch. We ain't playing that.
Just don't ruin your push.
Right? Don't.
Oh God! Why'd you have to go there?
I have an RVD 420 shirt in the house.
Sweet.
It's my girlfriend's, but it's in the house.
That's
But
funny.
basically
That works.
they kind of just like ruined everything, and I'd like to see. Here's what I want to see. We're going back to the women's, but I'd like to see Carmella
Win it on Tuesday.
win it again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Clean.
With
Clean.
convincing fashion.
and then go to Raw.
Why?
Ooh, that would be the best.
Oh, that would be a.
Oh,
Oh,
that'd be
I get what you're
beautiful.
getting at now.
Dude, could you imagine the heat she cashes
She
in
would
on
get
Bliss?
so much heat. Not to mention she could team up with Cass.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
that's
God.
fucking perfect.
because
Enzo would be
And they're both
destroyed.
heel.
because
Yeah.
I was talking
Ooh.
earlier. I said I want Cass to come over.
Right.
Yeah.
You were
And,
talking
It's
about
easier to
that.
put Carmella over because
On
she
Raw.
can cash in and
Oh.
it doesn't matter.
No,
no.
It's a guaranteed
Wait, wait,
title
wait,
shot.
wait,
Doesn't
wait,
say-
wait, wait,
doesn't
wait,
say
wait.
the women's title on SmackDown.
Have her cash in on Bailey.
Ooh.
or Sasha.
I don't want her to cash in on Sasha because I'm tired of Sasha. She
Ooh.
needs a refresh.
So have
I
her
love me
cash
some
in.
Sasha though.
So like,
Is
I-
Bailey
I-
any better though? Admittedly,
Bailey needs a
especially
refresh
after.
too.
Okay,
Especially
okay,
after.
okay. I'll
The
give you
only
another one.
person
I'll give you
on-
another one. Have her cash in. Ooh, have her cash in on Oscar.
I think people might just stop watching.
yeah.
No. Listen. Admittedly, you have a point. But have Oscar do the same kind of thing that Brock Lesnar did after WrestleMania when Seth Rollins cashed in on
Oh,
him.
and that
Hold
fuck
on,
up a
but I can do you
cameraman.
one
Yeah.
better. I can do you one better.
I would love that.
and
I
Michael
would love
Cole.
that.
I can do you one better.
Please.
Have Carmella go into a feud with Naomi, have her cheat Naomi out of the title with Ellsworth, and then cash in on Asuka and NXT and have her hold both belts.
But Paige already did it.
No.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. That was Divas and NXT Women, so never mind.
Have her hold both belts. The heat would be phenomenal. on both crowds.
okay.
Would it be
Okay.
worth it though? Especially beating Asuka?
Wait a minute.
And
Not
nobody
beating Asuka, cheating Asuka.
True.
Bash her over the head.
You know how
with that
pissed Oscar would
briefcase.
be? She'll fuck shit up.
That would be the
That's
best.
point. That's the whole point.
But then again,
No,
she
I'm
would-
that
looking
would be
forward
the
to-
perfect time to bring Asuka up to the main
No,
roster.
I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like it would be great, and I would love to see Oscar just fucking shit up because she's
yeah,
pissed.
and then again, like she's passed so many accolades. She's passed Punk's 434-day reign.
Yep.
She's passed Goldberg's illegitimate streak. It's actually
The
173 and 0.
yeah.
Like the streak would literally grow 5 matches every time he wrestled.
Yeah.
and you know he didn't work. He didn't work.
Exactly.
He wasn't working the house shows.
No.
He wasn't working them out.
He wasn't
Damn.
in your
I
house.
had
Nah.
Gilbert. Had
Gilbert.
house show.
And they counted Gilbert's wins.
No.
Oh,
no.
that's horrible.
What
No.
Oh.
That's horrible.
He
would it be
probably
worth
just
it?
sent an email like, I'm not going.
Oh
I
my
win.
God.
I win.
Because you know he had like massive creative control over his character. I'm not going. I win.
What?
Yeah.
You think that's what it was?
Add it to the streak.
You think that's what it was?
Yeah, Goldberg had a huge.
How many
control
matches
over-
do I have over this weekend? 4.
So just like
I
Hogan.
win them all.
I want them all.
No. Because you
Spear,
remember
jackhammer, done. 20 seconds each.
you remember the
Shots
whole Chris
fired.
Jericho
You're
thing.
next.
Chris Jericho.
Remember the whole Chris Jericho thing? He had this huge blow off, like I beat Goldberg. Goldberg wasn't there, and then they were like, "No, he's gonna squash you." He's like, "No, don't have him squash me yet. Have him squash me on pay-per-view."
Yeah.
And then at the pay-per-view, Goldberg decided he didn't want to be there because he wanted to go hunting. So
When was this?
this was back in the 90s.
Oh,
This
okay.
is WCW.
Yeah,
WCW.
this is WC. You know
Oh,
WCW was crazy.
It was the
True.
craziest
Oh yeah.
show.
So you got in 2010. I don't know if you ever watched.
I watched when I was
WCW.
a kid, but there's my memory's shaky with it. That's
So our two WCW aficionados, one lives in Texas and one is at work right now. So basically what happened is WCW was a lot like the way Vince runs WWE now.
Oh.
Like whatever he feels like he's just going to go with. So Goldberg was like, yeah, I don't want to go to
Great
this.
Balls of Fire.
So,
balls of fire.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Ted Turner ever made a pay per view.
See, no,
Great
hold
Balls
on,
of
real
Fire.
quick. I
No,
think,
okay, but
right.
Ted Turner was just trying to be the best. Ted Turner was just trying to challenge
think-
Vince.
I
And
honestly
I think
failed.
no, okay, he failed.
Obviously.
But wait a minute. That gave us some of the best wrestling of the decade.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the
cruiserweights.
cruiserweight action was
Cruiserweights.
was absolutely the best part of
There'd be
WCW.
no X Division.
True.
Right.
Oh.
Which means there'd be no. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you about
No
that.
X Division means no AJ Styles.
No AJ
Yeah.
Styles.
Okay.
No Christopher
No
Daniels.
Christopher
Oh, that's right.
Daniels.
AJ wasn't
No,
WCW back in the day.
Austin Aries.
No Austin Aries.
But here's the thing. WCW, the WCW guys were just like, hey, let's start up TNA, basically.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Jeff Jarrett.
Because Jeff Jarrett
Double
started
J,
it.
Jeff
Yeah.
Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett.
He won WCW title, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Jeff
did.
Jarrett?
Yes,
Or
he
was
did.
How
it
He
many
lost
times
it.
did he have the TNA title?
Don't know.
three?
He had to carry the whole company on his back.
He was-
but it's
while these guys were ungreening themselves.
Right.
He was also a
And then
six-time
AJ
Intercontinental
Styles, Samoa
champion as well
Joe,
in
and Christopher
WWE.
Daniels came in.
Man, they
No.
underused Jeff
Okay,
Jarrett.
okay. AJ Styles was the first one to sign a contract.
Yes, he was.
With TNA?
Yeah.
Yep, he
He
was.
was the first contract wrestler. So he was there. It's just he was holding down the X Division. He never made it.
Wasn't
up
Eric Young part of the TNA originals as well?
Yes,
he
he
was.
was.
And
So
That
he
name's
wasn't. He
Joyce.
wasn't. He wasn't.
James Storm too.
Yep.
Okay, but
Bobby
like
Roode.
original.
Original.
Known as
original.
Robert
Okay.
Roode.
Okay.
Yeah.
AJ Styles was the TNA original.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The
The-
TNA original.
He's the
Elite.
John Cena of TNA.
No. He's the Hulk Hogan of TNA.
Oh, that.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, okay. Yeah,
Hulk
there you
Hogan
go.
of TNA.
Except he has.
I
a
mean,
lot
you
more
might as well
talent.
say they're freaking the same.
Damn.
Yeah.
That-
Okay, y'all know I hate Hulk.
True.
Wow, I can't. Speak
I
English.
don't-
Hulk Hogan.
I don't like wrestling before the jacked up wrestling guys got left because
I
it's
mean,
like,
there was some
the
good
new
stuff in the
generation.
80s. There
Okay.
was some good stuff. In
okay,
the 80s.
okay. We had some
Mania
good-
3 was pretty good.
So you mean like Mania 1 through
we
5 or
had
6
good
or
matches?
7?
No. They had good matches, but that's just like I still feel like that's the dark ages of wrestling.
Yeah.
Because
WrestleMania 7 is the
be-
dark ages of wrestling.
no. All that greased up, muscly guy stuff. No offense to anybody that like it, but you likes it. But you try having Ryback go out and wrestle Ryback for 30 minutes.
Are you referencing Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan Mania 6?
Oh,
something like
God.
that. But it's like you try having two Ryback sized individuals.
slow as fuck.
It
That
was.
Unpopular opinion, I do
terrible.
not like Ultimate Warrior at
I don't
all.
either.
He
Why are
is.
you shitting on Warrior?
He's
I
not
like
that
it.
good.
I mean,
Shitting
he
on
wasn't
Warrior
the
because
best, but I
Warrior's
liked
shit.
him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
we-
you.
You
Okay.
can't shit on shit because it's still going to be shit.
Okay. We can't
He did
all
have a dope
talk.
theme song though.
We can't all talk at the same time.
Yeah, we're kind of getting off.
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
We're-
That's true.
I apologize. We're just excited. It's been
Talking shop.
It's talking
Basically.
smack.
Talking shop.
Oh yeah, we can't take
right.
talking smack.
Shit.
All right, should we move on?
God damn it.
All right.
So,
Oh wait, we did forget one thing: the men's Money in the Bank.
No.
We didn't even
Wait.
We didn't even
Usos
talk
and
about
New
it at
Day.
all.
Wait, no.
We were on Usos a New Day.
We're getting back on track. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize. My fault.
Whoops.
Sorry, Jeff Jarrett.
But then again, it's my
Okay, so
But then again, it's my podcast.
true. Right.
True,
It's like
true.
we're here
True.
for a
You
while.
have the right to. you
But
have
can
the
we
right to
can we
go.
actually talk about Usos and New Day?
That
Like,
that was a great match.
It was a
just
really
like,
good
I
match.
love
it
it.
was you can't do that to the crowd.
Yeah.
Like you
No.
can't present the crowd of your event with an existential crisis
Yeah. Okay,
in
now
the
see,
first 30
they
minutes.
deflated the crowd in the first match,
And then you
after
fucked it up
that,
more.
You had two shoddy finishes back to back.
Yeah.
You can't really do that. Like,
Especially
because
because the first match just wasn't that
yeah,
great.
and it's like
Okay,
I feel like
so-
if you
That's a
hold
ladder
on,
match.
hold on,
It
hold on.
was the ladder match, and it was Usos. Then after that was Naomi, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
And then
Naomi
it
lost.
was-
Hold on. Like, I feel like with the Usos, how that match should have ended. I think Big E should have taken the fall, and it should have been a double super kick from the Usos, like
Yes.
off rip.
That, yeah, I mean,
Just
that
to
doesn't
finish
sound like
it.
a bad idea.
A double super kick, and then maybe a Us splash.
Ooh,
I-
what if
I
the
think-
what if the
I
New
think-
Day got counted out?
I think the
Would that have
Usos
been better?
Okay,
Right?
Would
Would that have
Ooh,
worked?
they
Would
let
that
him
have-
wrap his leg in something on the
Yeah.
outside.
Guys,
They
guys.
had-
Double count out.
Ooh.
Guys, I think the Usplash needs to go because that's such a face move.
Yeah, it does.
It is.
Yeah,
Because
it's a
he's
face
really good at it.
Because like think about it.
They're damn good at
Oh,
it.
okay, but like guys, heels don't go to the top rope like that.
No,
Oh
they
yeah,
don't.
Neville.
No.
Neville. He
They're
hardly.
more
mean,
he
but-
hardly.
But that's the cruiserweight guy. That's his stick. And
Yeah.
even then, he put the Rings of Saturn in there.
Yeah,
so-
and he's
Right.
doing he's
I
using
call
the
it
Rings
Rings
of
of the King.
Saturn.
We're just
He's
gonna
using
go
Rings of Saturn more
We don't
so
care
than the
what
Red
you
Arrow
call
The
it.
anymore.
King's rings.
The King's Rings. That works too.
You must like the Great
I mean,
Balls
hell-
of Fire pay-per-view name.
Oh, God.
No, it should have been Unforgiven or Bad Blood. That's what it should
I'd
have
say
been.
Bad
Hold
Blood.
on, that kind of brings me to
But
something.
PG, guys,
Quick
it's
off
PG.
topic. Like when I say quick, I mean real quick. Did they ever give Seth Rollins' finisher a name?
Which one?
It's
Kingslayer.
a stiff
The Kingslayer.
knee to
Like-
the face.
Kingslayer.
Here's the thing, they don't call it the Kingslayer.
Yeah, they do.
Somebody said matricide.
No, they called it.
Yeah,
No, they
which-
called it a Kingslayer.
Who called
They
it that?
called
Cole called it Kingslayer on Raw.
Okay.
Yeah, Cole
Because
called
like
it
they don't ever like they
Guys,
don't really
guys,
use it.
guys, if I get kneed in the face, I don't care what it's called.
that. You have a really good point.
Hi, Omega.
Oh no, knee in my
Yeah.
jaw. Oh, it's a Kingslayer. Jumps in the mat like
Okay.
I don't care what it's called. If you knee me in the face,
that's
we're
just gonna hurt.
scrapping.
Sorry, John. Sorry,
Hey,
John.
that is if you don't get knocked out from the knee. Though.
Yeah, like if I'm still conscious after I'm taking this knee to the face, we're
Sorry,
fighting.
John.
I don't care if you want to call it the flying flaming dragon of friendship.
Oh my goodness!
You hit me in the face with
Why?
a knee. Those are hands.
We're fighting
if you're not unconscious.
the flying flaming dragon of friendship.
flying
gotta get
flaming
both.
Say
dragon
that
of-
8 times fast.
Flying Flame Dragon official.
Shut up.
Don't try.
Don't
it.
actually do it. Damn
Come
it.
on, Byron.
All right.
All right.
After Naomi, I mean, it was a
Naomi,
really
Lana.
shit match, wasn't it?
Naomi and Lana. Well, because
Lana's
she's
so
so
green.
She needs to get better.
Listen.
She
I
bombed though.
expected so much worse, so I was actually okay
Right.
with the
Right. I was okay
So
with
it's
the
like,
match.
that's
She
like,
has a good kick. I'll give her that.
Yes.
Her finisher actually isn't bad.
I like
either.
it.
It's kind of like a
What she calls it?
What
The
is it?
Lana
Exploder.
slam?
Right,
The Lana
exploder suplex into a spine buster.
Yeah, it's not
Doesn't
bad.
she like under like? Doesn't she like
Yeah,
put your hand
she
on your back?
hooks your head, and then she hits you with the exploder leg hook, and then hits
Yeah.
you with the
She
spine
pit,
buster.
it's into a pin too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, it looks
I like
good.
it. It's good.
It looks really
She-
good for
she's
her.
a-
I'm glad she's
I
not.
feel like she would have so much potential, and like she would branch out.
I'm glad she's not doing the
I feel like
accolade.
if she
at least.
learns
Listen.
from like Daniel Bryan, she
Yeah.
could be really good.
If she had a good teacher, she would be phenomenal.
I think
Maybe Brian
the
Kendrick,
Rusev
but he's
teacher?
on Raw and dealing with cruiserweights.
No, but they're
But-
also on 205 Live.
Yeah,
so,
so
the 205
he has no
Live crew
time.
I mean,
said that
did
they talked
Rusev
to both-
teach her?
we can't all talk at the same time. Right. He's just Rusev didn't teach her.
Okay.
But who taught her a lot? Charlotte, not Charlotte.
I mean, it was probably
Natalia.
the people in. It was
Natty?
probably the people in the.
Natalia's like
it's probably the head trainer at the the PC.
Okay. Give Natalia some credit. Natalia can be
pretty
dope.
good.
She
She's
can be.
really
She can
good.
be.
I think she's.
She,
I think now she just needs to
listen.
stop being a heel.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, Lana.
I had to burp real quick. my
Pause
favorite diva is always gonna be Alicia Fox, even though they're doing her dirty. I think
The
she
best
has
Northern
She's
Lights
great.
Yes.
like,
Yeah,
ever.
she has the
In-
absolute best Northern Lights.
Yes.
in the world.
Yes. It's that
For
bridge.
your
That
Northern
bridge
Lights,
is
That
just.
bridge
Fox.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Alicia Fox.
No
You
one
know
else.
what? Like I'm mad they're treating her like that, but at the same time, get that paycheck, boo boo.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Exactly.
okay.
Hey,
They don't
she's
hustle.
still getting her money.
I mean,
10
jobbers still
years.
make money, man.
Yes, they do.
Right.
10
like-
years in the
Yeah,
business. so.
Yeah, so you're doing something right.
Right.
And that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like you can talk as much crap as you want about a bench warmer for whatever your favorite team is. They're way more talented than you because they
Right,
made it.
exactly.
I
Exactly.
feel like with Alicia Fox, they should have held on to her and Cedric a little longer.
Gotta get closer to the mic.
Oh yeah, sorry. I feel like they should have held on to Alicia Fox and Cedric a little longer. And
I
had
feel
that
like-
play out over the
I
weeks.
feel like love storylines don't really work unless you're
They
Miz
don't,
and
but
Maurice.
that
Some
one
of them
was-
do. It depends.
I feel like
It depends.
love storylines don't work unless you're A, real life together, and B,
Ms.
real
Maurice.
life cheated on.
So basically, Edge and Matt Hardy.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
best. That was the best.
That was
relationship feud
great.
ever.
That was
But
really
Yeah.
I dare anyone to try to beat that. That's like
That
seriously.
would never happen
Hi,
because it was
Miz.
so raw.
It was
so
so it was
raw.
so and it was real.
Yeah.
It was real shit.
And
They were
like
fighting
and
behind
everything
the scenes.
else that all the other cheating has been kept under wraps. Like Kenny Dykstra, I'm glad he finally made it back for a month.
Wait, what happened with that?
The Miz always
But-
has
okay.
some weird
So
answer.
say it later. Say it later. We need to get back.
Oh
on
yeah,
track.
we don't need to get off topic.
Okay.
All right, what was the next
tell me
match?
later. Tell me
That's
later.
Naomi?
I'm just gonna give you the quick version. John Cena. That's what happened.
Shocker. Okay. What came after Naomi and Lana?
It was
Was it Fashion Vice?
Was it-
stuff?
No.
No,
It was
no, no,
before
no, no.
that.
It was Randy Orton versus.
Oh, right. It was the
versus
championship.
Randy and
Jinder
Jinder.
Which
And
It was
Mahal
better.
came out first.
It was
right?
better. It was better than their first.
look. Okay. Shout out to the legends for getting the crowd back into the match.
Yeah, no
into
shit.
the pay-per-view.
Thank you, Sergeant Slaughter. You're pretty much the only one I actually knew other than Ric Flair because
Bob
I didn't
Orton.
watch
Really,
it.
you
after.
didn't know Bob Orton?
Well, I mean Bob Orton.
I mean, I knew Bob Orton and I knew Curtis Axel's grandfather.
Okay.
so,
Real quick, Randy Orton.
Oh, Larry Hennig. I knew
Yeah,
Larry
Larry
Hennig.
Yeah, Larry.
Larry
Hennig.
the X.
Okay,
Rest
but
in peace
real
to,
quick.
Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah,
yes.
man.
Yeah.
Going too soon. He worked a lot of matches with.
He really did.
He worked a lot of matches with R-Truth. People don't remember.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
he did.
Yeah.
I
When he was
am in
Cake
love
Quick.
with Adam Blompiet's
okay.
hatred of R-Truth. I think it's so funny.
Wait, go
But
ahead.
No,
Yeah.
Adam Blompiet just hates R-Truth.
Oh, that.
well, this will be a rumor track if we have time at the end. But a blooper track. But basically, Randy Orton is such a hypocrite. He went around punting people in the head for like the better part of 2005 to 2010. And say you disrespected my family. Didn't you punt John Cena's dad in the head
he
twice?
did.
Didn't you punch
Yeah,
Shane
twice.
McMahon's dad in the head?
And punch
Didn't
Shane.
you punch Stephanie?
Is it Shane
Didn't
McMahon's
you-
dad?
No, he
face?
kissed-
KO Stephanie and kiss her in front,
In front of
Hunter.
Triple H while he was handcuffed.
Didn't you punch Stephanie's husband in the head?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't have a problem with Triple H coming to your house and busting down your door.
That was a great
But you
moment.
But you,
I still
was-
watch it.
great feud, honestly.
Triple
Orton
H
and
versus
Triple
Randy?
With a terrible ending.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it
5 years
was.
in the making.
Really
It was
is.
From
really
04 to
bad.
09.
The problem is,
Yeah.
the problem is you didn't put a guy that makes everybody look good with the money guy. You put
Right.
two supporting guys together. That's like having two supporting actors trying to move a movie. It doesn't work.
Actually, don't say that because 21 Jump Street.
No. Those are two leads. Those are two leads.
Those ain't two leads. Those are two supporting actors.
God damn.
Okay, we're off topic again.
Okay, Ice Cube was the real star of the show here.
Of course.
Hey, you really would.
Of course. Of course.
Because Ice Cube was Ice Cube.
Exactly.
And today was a good day. So I forgot most of the match.
It's not that. I mean, it's okay.
Jinder
It's
and
more
Randy was alright.
the best parts of this feud is whenever he throws the Singh brothers through over
Oh
tables.
God, see, I love
They
the way
take
this-
some crazy bumps.
They do.
The
They
Singh-
sell great.
Cruiserweight.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen.
They
The
sell-
Singh brothers are J&J Security with a whole lot less character.
Oh,
And-
my God.
And
For the
No
same
more
title,
Danny
too.
Noble.
for the same title and a lot less money.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're probably all. I honestly want to see the Singh brothers actually get into some action
Yeah.
because they're
know.
damn good in the ring.
It'd be
Put them
nice,
against the
you know?
Colognes.
Oh no!
Why
What I want
not?
to see with the Colognes is I want to see Carlito come back. And
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been talking about that for over a
Can't-
year.
What about Sheldon Benjamin? What's up with him?
He's returning.
He's returning.
Dude,
He's in talks to
dude,
return.
In
dude,
time, in
dude,
time.
Dude, you gotta stay on the schedule. We're good, but you gotta stay on the schedule. You done brought Sheldon Benjamin, which there are some rumors that they're in talks again. What happened was he never signed the contract before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never did.
But
Had he signed that contract, I bet you his medical bills would have been nice.
but he still had that New Japan money though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That
true,
worked.
true,
That worked.
true.
All
Because
right.
Sheldon
matches
X
wasn't that great.
Benjamin was pretty great.
Yeah.
And then I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just gonna go off on this thing, even though I said he shouldn't have brought it up. But but I think that Shelton Benjamin, they're not gonna use him the way they should, just like they're not gonna use Melina the way it should, because
Maybe they put him with American
Isn't Melina
Alpha.
coming back?
No.
Oh,
I've
I
not heard
want
anything
her.
of Melina.
I want her to come back, and I want her to be on Raw.
did
I want
see-
Benjamin with.
Did I see Melina?
I want Benjamin with
I meant,
Chad
what's her name?
and Jason.
Maria?
Bram's wife. No, not Bram's wife. Magnus's wife.
Mickey.
Magnus.
Mickey James.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mickey is underused right now.
But listen,
Yeah,
but
listen,
she's
so
Mickey
good.
James.
No,
so-
Well, the Raw women's division is a fucking
I
shambles.
watched an interview, what culture interview with Shelton Benjamin. He said, they asked him, who do you want to work with? Like, I work with everybody. I didn't work with everybody.
Oh, that's
AJ Styles.
That's right.
Nah, I'm not excited.
Benjamin and AJ? That'd be nice.
That would
Okay, it'd be
a
nice.
good SmackDown
No.
Right.
But
one off.
Yeah,
but here's
that's what I
the
mean.
thing. No. When you say, who's your dream opponent? He's worked with Shawn Michaels. He's worked with Triple H. He's worked with.
Yeah.
He's
He
worked
did
with
with Undertaker.
He's worked with Chris Benoit.
But I mean,
Eddie Guerrero,
they can
like-
bring him back to put over people.
Has he worked? He's worked with Kurt Angle, but not against Kurt. Has he worked against Kurt?
yes,
maybe
yes,
in
yes.
maybe
Yes.
TNA.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
I remember. I watched that match the other day.
In TNA?
No.
Oh.
Damn, Shelton Benjamin been around.
Shelton Benjamin's dope. Like I
He's
think.
great.
Really good.
He's great.
Yeah,
I
he's-
wish he'd shave his fucking hair and go totally bald because the blonde looks like shit.
No, it doesn't. That's
Yeah,
the
it
gold
does.
standard.
Ghost
No,
Thunder.
it looks like shit.
It worked. It worked in Japan, but it's not
Not
gonna work.
It worked in
America.
WWE too. That was
Gold
his iconic
standard.
look. The gold hair.
The
with
best
the gold
thing he
trunks.
had was when he fucked up the dive off the ladder.
That was awesome.
Listen. It worked, and that's when he got fired. When he dyed his hair, that's when he got fired.
Damn.
Listen, okay. This
Get
is,
the fuck rid of it, Benjamin.
he feuded. I think he feuded with Matt Hardy for the U.S. title on ECW, and then he got fired.
Am I the only person that kind of wants to see MVP come back?
Nah.
He
I
was,
wouldn't
he was
mind.
good.
What's
MVP
his
doesn't want
full name? Something.
Montel Vontavious Porter.
MVP doesn't want to see MVP come back.
That man trying to escape the
Oh
rest
my
of the
God.
No. He said it. He said, I got a family now. I can work these indies and charge them a whole bunch of money because I work WrestleMania. So I could work on Friday,
True.
Saturday, and Sunday and be home.
Oh.
I'm tired of this.
What? You don't want to see MVP versus Apollo Crews for the IC title?
business. Hell no.
I don't want to see Apollo Crews versus a wet paper bag.
I don't want to see
debating
Apollo
contest.
Cruz.
He is an
I like Apollo
amazing
Crews.
wrestler.
No. I said a debate contest.
Oh.
He is an amazing wrestler.
Yeah, he's-
Apollo
he has-
Crews.
he has talent.
But he is
But
so
He has no
shit
character.
on the main roster.
He
has no character.
He grabs the mic and he be like, "My name, yeah,
Might as well.
What were we even talking about
my
before
name
this?
Fifth."
Weren't we talking about Jinder and Randy?
No, yeah, we were.
And then we,
I
like,
mean,
just-
who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who cares?
We all know what.
We all knew he was going to retain.
Listen. We all know what Jinder is. India number one. India number
India
one.
number one.
Number
India
one.
number one. That's fucking greatest response ever.
That's gonna be my ringtone.
Oh
It
my
has to
good.
be.
Oh my
I actually know
goodness.
people with that as the ringtone because it's the
can we move
funniest
to
moment.
my favorite moment of all year?
Can,
With-
Okay,
Can you
the
back up
money
off
and
that
the-
mic though?
Can we go?
Yeah.
My favorite moment of the year.
He said,
The money
I'm
and
the only one who hasn't been all over the mic.
He said, "Can we move to my favorite moment? My favorite moment."
Everybody knows what it
my
is.
favorite moment.
Of course, it's the best moment of Money in the
Wait,
Bank
wait,
2017.
wait.
Best moment of the year,
Fashion
2017?
Files.
Moment of
Oh yeah,
Money
Fashion
in the
Files. We
Bank.
can't skip Breezango.
Fashion, we
I
can
can skip
Oh
the
yeah, we
fucking
can't. Fashion
Files.
Vice is the greatest. It's
We can skip the match with Ascension.
Okay,
'cause who cares?
Breezango.
Breezango is the most.
I care.
I want them to be SmackDown Tag Champions.
What are they called?
Breezango.
Leave
Oh,
this
oh.
alone.
Hey, I love the Ascension.
Okay, Brittany, 2007.
Oh my
That
god.
wasn't Brittany. That was that user.
I know that was the person that leave Brittany alone.
But like,
The Ascension are great.
Still have the
the Ascension
record for
are
NXT
great,
Tag Champion.
But they're not-
Lord, they are absolutely.
They turned them to shit, and I don't.
My
like
thing
that.
is I kind of want the tag team division to just have their own thing. Like, if they escape
Two-time
Raw
live.
and SmackDown and just
Two-time
have
live.
their own.
Two-time.
They're gonna call it Two People Live.
Right. My thing is, I
Oh
want,
my-
I want tag teams to have like a certain special visa that allows them to move in between brands.
Listen,
And
okay.
I want the tag
Listen,
belts to
listen.
be one.
Listen, here's my deal. My thing was I didn't want two women's divisions.
Okay.
I didn't want I wanted the cruiserweights on
205 Live.
on SmackDown.
I wanted them on SmackDown.
I wanted them
I
on
know.
SmackDown. That makes
I
more
wanted
sense.
women. I
Yeah.
wanted all the women on Raw, and I wanted all the cruiserweights on SmackDown.
I would give SmackDown another hour because if they're getting
No.
hold on.
No.
Why do I feel like they're gonna
Catching
do
that
that when it
revenue
reaches
on
1,000
Monday, they can
episodes?
catch that revenue on
How
Tuesday.
I feel like they're
how
gonna do
about we give Raw 2 hours and 30 minutes? Just give them a solid 2 hours of wrestling because you know they got 30 minutes of commercials,
Yeah.
and then give SmackDown a solid 2 hours of wrestling
Yeah.
instead
Less
of
commercials?
yeah. So we have 2 hours 30 minutes runtime for each.
Yeah.
Because this third hour is garbage, and
It's really bad.
it's
In
like
some cases.
no,
No, it's
it's
bad.
just bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad because like you can't really keep somebody's attention for that long.
No.
For some
And there
reason,
are a lot of people where Raw starts at 8. Like for me.
Oh yeah.
Especially
Okay.
on Time Warner.
When I used
which
to-
is still, it's a very popular. Well, it's called Spectrum.
Right.
Whatever. And they started at 8.
When I used
And staying up for a wrestling match until 11 o'clock, or a wrestling show until 11 o'clock, that's
It's
tough.
Hell.
yeah, when I used to do that, I used to fall asleep all the fucking time for
Yeah.
real. So
We use.
I'm
on
glad I can watch it
DirecTV,
early.
you get it at 4
Okay.
'cause
You
that's
can,
when it
I can
starts.
sort of get away
Okay.
with SmackDown.
We-
but
Hold
even
on,
then,
but
by
you
10,
have
I'm still.
Spectrum, right?
Huh?
You have Spectrum.
Yeah.
So you know there are certain channels that play those episodes hours earlier.
really,
Really?
Yeah. That's how I used to do it when we had Time Warner and I was watching Raw. I would always go to like up in the 400s. It's the
Okay, I
exact,
might have to hit you up on that.
Yeah, it's like the exact
Well,
same channel.
I don't have
You-
cable at all, so
I guess you're watching them cheap bootleg streams on YouTube.
that is so true.
They keep
actually-
going
Hey,
down the
that's how I
flag.
used to do it until I got
no.
DirecTV.
no. Actually, I just watch the match highlights on.
You
The
just looked on the
WWE
YouTube thing.
Yeah, but it's like those match highlights don't show much.
They don't
No.
show, but there's not much to a WWE match in 2017.
There's not much
It's not much to
WWE
a
match
Raw
since
match.
2010.
well, not a Raw or SmackDown match, but a pay-per-view match, of course. Yeah.
Nah.
In 2017?
Not all of them.
In 2017?
No, not all of them.
Not all of them.
I'm more accustomed to watching the Raw Fallout.
But every pay-per-view so far this year has had
Fallout is the dope stuff because that's the stuff that's behind.
Kevin
the scenes.
Owens was gold on the Raw Fallout.
Raw Fallout was
Yeah.
was all him.
When he was laying down.
He wasn't.
during that
He was
interview,
okay at
that was
Raw
hilarious.
Talk.
When the IC belt was clutching it.
He just clutching
Oh,
it.
what?
What do you want?
What do you want?
That
No,
shit is
Chris
hilarious.
Jericho's last Raw Fallout was comedy. Tom,
What did he do?
Mike,
The
Oh,
three of them, yeah.
That was the best.
That was great.
But-
It was
Jericho's
made
gold.
me
Okay.
die laughing.
We were I'll leave the Ascension alone.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Fashion advice.
I really
Match
like.
was boring.
I really like the Ascension
We're
with.
still bomb.
I like the Ascension with Stardust, but Cody's going on to do better
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
The Ascension is just like these misguided henchmen right now.
Yeah.
They need somebody.
Like these are henchmen people.
Oh.
Put them with somebody that
you know what I would do?
need a
In
henchman.
all honesty, I would move them to Raw.
Put them with the Miz.
They'd
They'd
be
put
lost.
them with Bray Wyatt.
No.
They'd
nope.
be lost.
Yes.
Nope.
They'd be lost. They don't need that.
Nope.
They're not doing anything for Bray.
No.
so
Yeah, they're not doing anything for Bray.
Listen. I liked them. I liked them when they had a gimmick. Like I liked them with King Barrett. I liked them with.
Yeah.
I like them in NXT.
I liked them with Stardust. And like NXT works because you don't really need a gimmick to get over.
You just need wrestling.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
not true either.
They're still the longest reigning NXT tag team champions.
Okay, most people get over without a gimmick in NXT.
True. Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
Case
He's
in
still
point-
got. He's still sort of got a gimmick of just literally being one of the best wrestlers. There.
Case in point.
But that's not
Bobby
really a
Roode
gimmick.
has
Hey,
his thing.
hey,
Shinsuke had his
hey,
thing.
Hey,
Joe
hey,
had the thing of
hey,
being the
listen,
destroyer.
Listen.
They're
Case
still,
in point, Apollo Crews never had a gimmick.
yeah, but he wasn't ever really quite over up to that level. I
he
mean,
just
he had an
smiled.
NXT title match.
Yeah,
but,
with Balor, yeah.
but that was about it.
But still, that shows you don't need a gimmick. But still, I think since Bray is on Raw, just give him like some interruptions.
No. Since Bray's on
He
Raw,
should just go
actually
to
give him
Japan.
a win.
Well, they're doing Seth.
He
and-
should just go to
No.
Japan.
They're doing Seth and Bray.
No, I'm talking about the Ascension. Like, give him the whole pyramid thing with the dollar sign.
Oh, that
Illuminati
shit.
eye.
The Illuminati bullshit.
I like their entrance.
The Rock is
Oh,
in
yeah.
the building. I like their entrance live because you literally gotta watch them like walk out to their spot and like the camera just.
Hands down.
Didn't they have a match when
They
we
did.
went to
They did.
SmackDown?
They
It was
did.
the before, but we got in late. We didn't. See
No,
it.
I saw it.
Okay, thanks.
Also, rest
He
in
said,
peace,
"I
Aiden English career. Just
Oh
made
my
that for
God,
some
Oh
he's
yeah,
so
because
done.
Simon got you.
He's so done.
He's gonna job to Ty and
He's gonna be on
To Luke
Superstars.
Harper.
Wait,
for
where
the
is
next-
Ty
He's gonna
Dillinger?
be on
Where is Ty
Superstars.
Dillinger?
in a
But where's Ty
week.
Dillinger? Because he disappeared.
I have no idea where Todd
Superstars.
Jones.
They're probably all on Superstars.
Here's the thing. I
upsets me.
didn't like them on the main roster anyway. People were getting hurt. I think what happened to Enzo is never going to be funny. Just like we're talking about Finn Balor taking his concussion. That concussion is never going to be funny.
No.
That was
Because it was
the
legitimate.
nasty. So was Finn Balor.
That's what I'm. No, I was asking a question.
It looked. I thought he was dead.
He hit his head, and it was just like my brain rattled.
I thought he died.
Yeah,
I literally thought he
My
died.
that was
brain rattled.
that was a nasty bump.
I thought he was dead.
That's how I feel about every time Big E does that stupid spear through the ropes.
Oh,
No, he botched
God.
it one time. He botched it one time, and I thought he broke his neck. I was like,
Okay. No. Okay, so Cesaro botched it. He stopped. Big E, please save your neck. It's not that
Oh
big.
God, and
You
that
already got
that
bad knees,
Cesaro
man.
botch, Night of
It's
Champions
not that-
was.
It's
Oh,
not
yes.
that big.
Oh
Yes.
my
Me-
God,
Clash
that
of
was
Champions.
awful.
I clutched my neck
Right,
when I
Clash
saw
of
it.
Champions.
Me and Big E have about the same size and width neck. Please stop, because you're hurting my neck.
Yeah, same.
All right.
All right, the
Fashion
money in the
Vice.
bank
Ladder
ladder
match.
match.
I mean,
think
what-
we've gone over.
We've
the
gone
fact-
over enough. As
Listen. What
We need
more-
to get to the meat of the stuff.
Yeah.
Come
Meat
on.
and
What-
potato.
we have 4 things left, man. Come on.
Dude,
Even after this.
I know, but what more can we say about Breezango?
They're great.
They're the heart and
Can they
soul
be SmackDown
of
They're great.
SmackDown
They're
right
the
now.
hardest working individuals on that show.
Stop it. They are the heart and soul of SmackDown right now.
No,
They
they're
are.
great. I
Wait, in
love
terms of tag teams or period?
Everything.
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
They're the reason I watch SmackDown.
They're literally holding SmackDown together.
Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah,
I would argue.
The Face of America thing is
Styles
great.
has
though.
always a given.
I love Styles, but I don't
Not
like
Morris
watching
great.
Styles
But
on SmackDown.
Styles hasn't had that funny of a promo since beat up John Cena.
So
Yeah.
what?
That was great.
Cena. He doesn't need to.
Beat up John Cena.
That man could have been a preacher. He
Yes.
did it good.
Yes.
Beat up John Cena. I said, can I hear the choir? Beat up John Cena.
Yes.
That man was seriously about that life. He did not give a shit.
He was about that
the
life.
only man that beat the shovel carrying monster.
Okay.
Oh my
Let's
God.
do Man's Money in the Bank.
Okay. We're gonna try to keep the cursing down. You don't need to flavor your words. If you don't curse in real life, don't come to the podcast. Curse.
I do.
I curse in real
I
life.
curse all the time.
It doesn't sound like it.
Well then. As much as I swear, goodness.
All right.
It doesn't sound like it.
So Baron Corbin won. I think it's a great decision.
Okay. Wait a minute.
You and I probably disagree on this.
On what?
On Baron winning.
No, I like Baron winning.
I called it months ago.
Same.
He always trust the bookies.
He needs a
caught it
prop.
months
Like, he needs something. He
Yeah.
needs something. He needs somebody. I would have liked to see Baron Corbin and Bray Wyatt work together in, like, this uneasy pairing.
Yeah,
Wait, Bray,
I think
Bray
they're
and
too
Baron?
similar-ish. Actually, no, they're not.
No, they're
Well,
not.
isn't that the point of a tag team?
Yeah, I
Right.
know.
Well,
Kinda similar?
Certain tag teams don't really need it because, like,
I don't think Bray needs Baron. I don't think Baron needs Bray.
I think Bray
yeah.
needs something.
I think Bray needs Bo.
Bray needs to go to fucking Japan.
Bray needs
That's
Bo?
what he needs.
Bray needs Bo.
Can we have that?
I'm liking Axel and Dallas.
Yeah, no. I like
I think
that.
it'll be okay.
I would have loved to see Axel, Dallas, and Bray.
That could work.
You know what?
I don't think it would have done
The
anything.
band of misfits. Yes, I could be.
Okay,
behind
the
that.
social outcasts didn't do a damn thing, and
But that's
they
the
don't.
I
social
liked it
Bray,
for a while.
But wait,
so-
hold on. But didn't Adam Rose kind of get
Suspended?
suspended in the middle of
Oh,
that?
the domestic abuse thing.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh yeah, he pulled the Bram.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's what killed it for him after that. What killed it for social
Anyway.
outcomes.
Back to Baron.
He's actually, speaking of Adam Rose, Aldo Rose is retiring this year.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's been wrestling forever.
Yeah.
So like, he's
That's
wrestling
young.
since he was 18. It's not really working for him. So
Yeah. All right.
He got WWE couldn't really get over.
okay, but like that's
At
a
first
goal.
he
That's a
was.
goal in itself, though.
Right, he made it
Like-
to WWE. Like at that point, he's reached the
right.
Like,
what else is
listen,
there?
if you make it to WWE, you've put in more work than most everybody else. Speaking of work, where's the work, Dave?
Where's the work, Dave?
Dave. Where's
We're
the
not-
work?
We're not gonna.
Where's the
Dave.
work?
Dave.
We're not gonna get off of that.
And I hope
Where?
you
Where?
listen to this whole podcast, all of it.
All of it. All. Where are we at now?
Every
like hour and 13
Every
minutes?
fanboy and what else did he call?
Yes.
Every calling
Smart
you out.
Mark. Yes, smart.
Listen to all this work we got, boy.
Work.
Work.
Yeah, but can we get on to the Money in the Bank ladder match, please?
We're already here.
there.
Baron,
Like-
Baron winning.
other than
Lay off
Baron,
the green, bro.
we
Lay
will,
off the green.
We
man.
will get to Baron, but can we start from the top of the match all the
Okay.
way up to the win?
Oh, Baron
I mean-
attacking Shinsuke on the ramp.
Yeah.
That was a
I called
great
that
piece
too.
of
That was great.
character
Shinsuke
development.
coming back at the time
Um,
he did was amazing.
I called
We're-
that.
we'll get to that moment in
I
a minute.
think those weak looking Kinshasas though, it kind of
They looked weak.
some of them. A lot of them did.
I mean, like during the course of a match for a sequence, they're not all that great. But the one that he did on Dolph on Tuesday was
Yes.
Oh my
sick.
That was great.
That one
was
looks
like one
stiff.
of the,
Broke his
that's
jaw.
the,
But
that's the
like-
stiffest one I've seen since the
Yes.
first one in San.
No, that's
But-
the stiffest one I've seen since the one that hit Joe in the jaw and broke his
Yeah.
Oh God, the one at NXT
Okay,
over
but-
Brooklyn too.
Yeah.
But like that was I've always hate sequences like that.
Oh.
Like my favorite sequence in a ladder match was CM Punk with the ladder on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Ooh. But like
I love it when Randy-
I hated
Randy
it when
does
Edge came into the Royal Rumble when he won
2010?
right before he retired,
2010.
and he just speared everybody. And it's like it looks like you're just gently sitting them down.
Honestly.
Oh, Edge's spear is
Edge-
awful.
it's awful.
It's
Why
garbage.
is everyone shitting on his?
Because
spear?
it's
Because
terrible.
it's the worst spear in the game.
Okay.
No, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Caitlyn.
Oh.
Listen.
Roman
listen.
Reigns is such a terrible spear.
Range's spear is
Range's
nice.
spear is great.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Range has a good spear.
Yes.
But he just needs more. I
Goldberg
think.
spear is just.
I just feel like he puts his head like here, like his hands are like right next to his ears when he
Oh,
goes for
God.
the spear.
Yeah.
My biggest issue with Roman Reigns is his chest protector, which I've finally figured out what it's for. It's to sell to children at live events. That's the only reason he has chest
He
protector. on.
takes it off.
No,
after?
listen. If you've ever gone to Raw Live, you haven't been to Raw. Have you been to Raw Live?
No, I'm not.
I've been to Raw Live, but that was back in 2014. So
Okay. If you
On
go to
the
Raw
Shield.
Live,
I'm the only person that's never been to a wrestling event.
oh, dude, we gotta go.
you gotta go.
Yeah.
It's
We're
a
going,
great
we're
experience.
going to an indie show first because they're cheaper.
Yeah, of course.
Never been to an indie show. I
I want to go to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood
Oh.
because one of my favorite guy named Jarek 120 is in there.
What is that?
I gotta experience.
PCW.
I gotta experience indies.
And
first
Johnny,
of all,
Johnny Morrison is champ. So.
first of all, John Hennigan. But
yeah, Johnny Mundo.
we Mundo. Mundo.
Johnny Mundo.
Sábado Gigante.
Wait, what?
Lucha.
Oh,
Yeah, but we have to, as a group, as a collective, we have to make it to a pro wrestling guerrilla show,
Oh yeah, definitely.
If we could ever get into Battle of Los Angeles,
aka
Oh my
wrestling
God.
heaven.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
really is.
Where's
like
that at?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's in a church, and it has the best wrestling
Yeah,
ever.
PWG is like it's a cult.
Yeah,
like, in all
it
honesty,
is.
it's a cult. If you go there, you know somebody. Dave Meltzer is at almost every one of those shows, sitting in the front row. He's in the same seat every single time because it is
The issue
a mecca of sorts.
The issue
to
is
wrestling.
Yeah.
the same way NXT in LA sold out the first time.
Yeah.
When it's going to sell out the second time, the same way G1 sells out, PWG sells out.
Yeah.
Speaking of G1, we'll
If
get
you
to
are
that
on the West
later.
Coast, you do not go. You haven't been to a pro wrestling guerrilla show. You need to find a way to go.
You can't.
It sells out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Last
10
year's
whole
Battle of
Every
Los
time?
Angeles.
Fans, yeah, every
Who won?
time.
Who won Battle of Los Angeles? Was it Marty Scurll or Zack Sabre Jr.?
Who won Battle of Los Angeles?
Only the finest here at Second Turnbuckle Podcast.
Yeah.
The most underrated.
Anyway, you and I will talk about. Well, while you're looking that up, I do not want to see any wrestling match more than Nakamura versus Styles. That
Yes.
moment
I think
where
everybody
they
was
moved the ladder, because they could have just climbed at the ladder and had it on the top. But I
Skrull.
think what they did,
Oh, yeah, Skrull.
yeah,
let's go.
I think
Okay.
what they did with that
but
is
hold
when
on.
they moved the ladder, they cemented themselves as equal competitors.
Yeah.
So much so that they didn't need anything else, and
They
I
didn't
thought
need-
that was
right. They didn't need
brilliant.
anything.
Listen, listen.
It's storytelling at its
For
finest.
Brilliant.
for those of you who aren't like rabid AJ Styles fans, I think him holding on to the briefcase was a throwback to all the X Division work he's done.
Yeah.
In
Oh.
Ultimate X matches.
Yeah.
Because he literally used to be like, help.
Oh,
The floor is TNA.
the floor is
The floor is
TNA.
TNA.
Those
Floor is
memes were
TNA.
the best.
But listen, like, we gotta watch that bump, the Christopher Daniels bump
What?
From
from the X Division cable.
There are only so many things that I can watch, and there are things that I can't watch. Like I can't watch the Mankind Rock chair
Oh, the
shot.
chair
I
shot.
can't-
to the head?
I can't watch Sid Vicious break his leg.
no, God, it's
and
awful.
I can't watch Christopher Daniels take a bite.
Yeah,
I
so you
can't.
know the bump I'm talking
Is
about.
that
Yes, I know
is
what
that
I'm talking
cringeworthy?
about.
So you know
It's
the bump
probably
I'm talking
bad.
about.
Hold on, have you seen the are you talking about the Styles Clash one or? Oh, I can't see anybody botch the Styles Clash.
No.
Every time I see that, I cringe to the highest level.
When we were at SmackDown,
Yeah,
we saw
AJ
John
St-
Cena almost not pull his head. He almost
Oh.
tucked his chin.
Yeah,
Never
AJ
Every
stuck
time
his
he
chin
does
like
it,
Styles.
he
AJ
misses
Styles-
by that much, and I go, you cringe.
A-
It's because he has a flat head. That's why he can scream.
Oh wow.
AJ Styles saves this man's life every time he takes.
AJ Styles is the
Hold on.
best worker in WWE.
Absolutely,
in
no,
the
no question.
world.
In the world.
Listen, the FU, I still call it a FU.
BAA.
FU,
Hey,
FU,
hey.
FU.
We're in PG. AA.
This is my garage. The
I ain't
FU,
playing these games.
It's rated R up in here.
It's not rated R. It's
like PG-13.
It's
Yeah.
PG-13.
Yeah, we're not.
TV-14.
TV-14.
Yeah,
We're the Attitude Era.
Who don't go to the movies.
Kids listen to this. Not really.
No, they
Oh,
don't.
Oh
The
my!
fuck?
He said kids and then he could say not really.
Yeah, all y'all little kids listening to this. Fuck you.
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
Hey,
you had to go there.
I'm
Hey,
kidding.
my,
Go there.
my nephew might listen to this.
No, you won't.
He might.
He might.
He might.
I'm not beeping anything out. I'm not gonna listen through. I mean, I'll probably listen to the whole thing on my own. But
You have to
anyway.
censor my fuck them kids though.
I might have
No.
to.
Both of them.
That's why I said it before the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least, see,
No,
I
no,
said
'cause,
it.
like,
you
I-
admitted to it.
I'll literally say, yeah, I love the kids. Just have an asterisk on there. Kids that I can discipline.
All right. Is there anything more we need to say about Money in the Bank?
Okay, so we have
It
the
was
the AA through not
Oh
through
yeah,
the ladder, off the ladder.
No, through the. Well, it didn't break.
It
but
didn't. Yeah, it
He
didn't.
tried.
Wait, who did the AA off the ladder again?
Styles.
Oh, that
Styles
was
to
good.
Owens.
That was.
And just Owens is the
Bless
real.
Styles, man.
How does
Owens-
Owens do that?
Owens needs to
is the
stay
real-
away from a ladder.
Owens is the real MVP in ladder
Yes.
matches.
He
'cause
needs to
Hold on,
stay
hold on.
away from a ladder.
Owens is the real MVP in any match that has any weapons whatsoever. I have a nickname for him. I call him the mechanic because every
Yeah,
time
he-
he's in a match,
he always
comes
he
up with
always
some
puts something
contraption.
together. Yeah, he
The
always-
chairs, the pyramid of chairs
Oh,
was
at the
like
Rumble? Yes.
the greatest, and
was-
the way he took the bump through it was just like, thank you,
Yeah,
just thank
so-
you for that.
He's been doing that forever.
And also the ladder, the ladder in the middle rings with the two off to the side and the
Well, I
corners.
mean, the ladder wars with El Generico in Ring of Honor
Yeah,
are some
that
of
was
the
them.
best in their history. I mean,
Yeah.
they
Of course.
literally built up that division.
That's what happens when you work with your best friend. You guys come up with stupid ideas that work.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
Kayfabe.
Kevin Owens never worked with El Generico. Kevin Steen and El
Generico
Generico
had the
are
greatest-
in Mexico right now helping the orphans.
Sorry, Sami Zayn, we love you. We know your work as El Generico.
We
Hey,
also know that
hey,
you're not listening to
hey.
this.
Yeah,
Hey.
I know.
Hey, they are not the
Hey,
same person.
But if you hear
Hey.
it, we love you.
Hey, kayfabe is alive in my garage.
Okay.
Wait. Speaking of kayfabe being alive, I had interactions with the wrestling company the other day.
Well, you told us about.
So they were announcing this they had this interactive show, and so you basically say, hey, I want this person to go. If they contact the person, no fly-ins, you got to drive, and you get to wrestle. So I was like, they were like, we're announcing so-and-so. And I'm like, hey, he didn't he job to somebody? And then they're like, oh, he wasn't prepared for that match. He got thrown at the last minute, and that's why he lost. I'm like, I was there. I know wrestling isn't real.
Jackass. It's the 21st century. It's 2017. We know kayfabe is dead.
Yeah.
So you're gonna act like if he had time to prepare, if you're like 6 foot even 120 pounds, you can't prepare for a 6'5", 280 pound Samoan man. You can't.
There's no feasible way for you to do
yeah.
that.
So like,
No.
no, don't sit here and lie to my face when he wasn't prepared. I can't prepare for that man. He's built like a tree trunk. I cannot prepare
God,
for this man. I don't blame him. I would have lost too.
I'd have just laid down and let him pin.
I would have finger poked of
Pulled
doom.
the Jeff Jarrett on Hulk
Pull a
Hogan
Jeff
and just
Jarrett.
dropped to the mat.
Yeah, finger poke of doom. Yeah, that's me. Totally. No.
I'm going for all the cheap tactics, some gouging eyes and kicking the back of the legs,
no.
all of it.
No. Listen. I'm just not going to participate.
My music's gonna hit. I'm gonna walk to the ring,
I'm not.
turn around, and
I'm
walk
not
back.
even gonna give him any music.
All right, we have an hour of this
No,
left, and we're not even at Great Balls of Fire.
Dude, we'll be fine.
balls
We'll
of
be
fire.
fine.
Right,
I mean,
we're making good time.
you guys don't
Yeah,
have anything else to do today. I mean, I'm home. I don't have to go anywhere until
Right,
7.
true.
True.
Okay.
But you know what?
Y'all acting like I got stuff to do on Saturday. Y'all
Well,
not gonna
since-
go home
since
and
we
watch
got
You
into
wrestling.
that-
said 2:30,
quickly-
and you made it seem super strict deadline.
He the one that
You know what?
said he got
Quickly,
stuff to
we could just talk about the women's Money in the Bank
Okay,
rematch,
hold
but I'm
on,
pretty
hold
sure
on.
we already did. How we
Yeah, we did.
explained how we wanted Carmella.
No, we're gonna talk about the second one at the end.
Right.
I'm trying to pull a picture of this man who they said he couldn't prepare for, and I'm gonna show you that.
Okay. Well, then while you're doing that,
So
we
yeah,
should transition to.
let's get to
Okay,
the,
well, before we talk about...
let's talk about the finish of the men's Money in the Bank. Real
Okay.
quick.
Oh, okay. They were climbing up.
You
Who
know,
was it?
I
It
would,
was
I would,
Styles
hold on.
and-
I would really love to talk about that, but my WWE network cut out at that moment, and I only saw
Really?
Corbin win. Yeah, I wasn't mad because I know that the network is shit.
Right.
It's
was-
never improved, but it wasn't a huge spot like it usually is.
No.
It's just like
Who was it? Was it Nakamura and Styles climbing, and then Corbin pushed them both over?
They were at the top, I think, and then he pushed them off,
Yeah.
and he just climbed up.
and then he climbed up and won. I mean, it's fine.
But there was no
okay,
one to
look
stop
at this
him.
man.
I guess for like
hell
a,
no.
Look at this man.
I guess for like a
no.
heel win, it worked.
Pass it to Kurt.
Oh no.
Hell to the motherfucking
Oh,
no.
no.
And I mean, I'm big myself, but fuck that. He's.
Who the
I'm
hell
not
is
nowhere near
that?
that.
That is Fatu. That is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That
That
is.
man been hitting the gym
Jesus
since he was a baby.
Christ.
That's the next
That
big.
boy was in the womb lifting
That
dumbbells.
dude was in the womb having pre-workout shakes.
Is he part of the NOI family?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's a.
looks like it.
That's Tonga Kid's son or something.
Oh,
like that.
Oh,
Lord.
okay.
Okay.
So he's one of the north. You know they all live up in Northern California. So he's one of the
Yeah.
Northern California guys.
Yeah,
And it's
they live
like
up north,
you didn't have time to prepare. How?
How do I prepare
How?
against that? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I need like a year straight
We'll post
in the hyperbolic time
we'll
chamber.
post the picture.
Not my
on,
hyperbolic.
We'll post the picture on the Facebook.
Yeah, we'll do Twitter, Facebook. He's the true heel. He's like, because if you go to one of these events, you'll see guys in the crowd. He don't want to talk to you, don't shake your hand. He got a towel over his head. He's gonna walk out and do his own thing. But you can't prepare for that. I don't understand. He didn't have time to prepare. No one has time to prepare. That's like trying to prepare for global warming. It's a force of nature. You can't. Moving on.
Great balls of fire.
Great balls.
So far,
fucking terrible. I want to be a fly in the room when Vince McMahon okayed the idea for
Now look,
great
what I've been telling
balls.
We talked about that,
Hold on, I've been telling people that the reason why that pay-per-view got its name was that Vince was probably looking at his wife and he felt nostalgic and he heard that song in his head and he was like, "Oh, that would be a great name for a pay-per-view." And he said, went off to the
First of
like,
all,
fuck it, Great Balls of Fire.
First of all, that's a great Vince McMahon impression.
Kudos to you, sir.
So, yeah, let's not just speed.
No, it wasn't. I don't know what y'all are on
It should have been
about.
called Unforgiven.
Let-
His
let's-
voice is deeper.
Let's
is
not
much
speed.
deeper.
Let's not speed past that. That's pretty great.
It was good for a quickie, just like, okay, I
Yeah,
gotta
that
think
was
about
really
what's
good.
Vince's voice.
But here's the
very
deal.
Grody.
Here's the thing.
grody.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Nobody is ever in a position to argue with Vince McMahon because
He's
Yeah.
this is his company. Like, it's like
This is shit. His baby.
It's literally a show. You can't get mad at the director. Like, he's
actually.
a lot of people get mad at the director. I just
True,
go along
true.
with the show.
Okay, here's the thing.
you could be
It's-
Christian Bale.
You could,
Yeah.
but it's wrestling. If you don't like it,
Go watch something else.
What's the
Right.
We
thing?
have so much wrestling in
watch
2017. Just
other
go watch.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't
That's
like
not a bad option
or-
anytime.
Or how about this? You go buy a ticket to your indie show and
Watch
Com-
Keith Lee.
and complain there. 'Cause-
Watch Keith Lee.
Oh,
Keith
dude
Lee is great.
Amazing.
Watch Keith Lee.
He's great.
Have you heard of Keith Lee?
He's
He's
great.
great.
He's great.
We'll post.
We-
you and I will post some matches.
We gotta
Yeah,
watch.
please, please.
We gotta watch a Keith Lee match before you leave today.
Yeah,
It's
he's
hot as
great.
hell. He ain't gonna be doing it in here.
Keith Lee, Zack Sabre Jr. Progress.
Oh, you could probably like
80?
raise the garage door a little bit. Get some more air.
I'm sweating.
And there's another fan. There's another fan that no one is.
Yeah, but it made too much noise. Is the issue.
I don't give a damn.
Oh,
It's
that's
hot.
why I'm hot as hell. Because I'm not getting the fan.
Oh, you're
I
not.
just
Yeah.
realized.
Okay, so like point this fan towards fans. I'm not editing this out. And then turn. If you don't turn it on, it's not gonna help.
So much shade. Oh my god.
Too loud.
No, it's fine.
We're not using a condenser mic, so it shouldn't pick it up regardless. Oh, that is beautiful right there. Yes. Thank you, fan. Yeah, that's perfect.
And we've just earned ourselves a Keith Lee match. Ah!
Ah.
Aha!
Ow!
I love Keith Lee. He's amazing. Anyway, we
Keith
keep going
Lee-
on tangents, but you know what?
Okay, so if we're gonna start talk about Great Balls of Fire, I want to start off with Enzo and Cass because that is the freshest thing on my mind right
Listen.
I would
Listen.
have said Strowman Reigns.
No.
now. Strowman Reigns. I want to
No.
get to that. I want to
Okay,
talk
but-
about
okay,
that in depth.
if we're following the card, you know it's not going to be a main event.
It's not.
This is the second match.
If it's not
Yeah.
Brock and Samoa Joe, then I don't want to watch the entire pay per view.
and
Fuck that. It's
and
not
and,
worth it.
and we have to talk about that because
gotta get to that.
fanboys cried everywhere
Oh my
when that
God.
match was
Oh
booked.
yes, when I saw,
I've been wanting
knew
it for a
Samoa
year.
Joe was gonna win that Fatal 5-Way because he was the only one that hadn't entered the ring. And
Okay.
when Finn hit his old finisher, I was like,
no,
that's it.
no, not right now. Not right now. We're talking about
All right, Enzo and Cass.
Enzo and Cass?
Enzo and Cass.
All right.
Enzo and Cass. I saw this coming. I think
Everybody
It was
saw
a
it coming.
really
I've been
good-
waiting for it.
I didn't
for how
accept it to
short
be
notice
that
it was.
good.
For how short notice it was excellent.
Yeah, we can't talk.
All right,
Yeah.
So, like, I believe I called it. I don't
You did.
remember.
You did.
Yeah, we were talking like a month ago before this even happened when we were all like, Enzo and Cass are starting to get a bit stale.
They are.
What could
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah,
And you were like, I think Cass should just turn on Enzo. He's the better one anyway.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely better.
Enzo was the better talker though.
Yeah.
Enzo is one of the best talkers in the business
He's
right now.
He's got the
Wait a minute.
At getting the crowd, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
watch NXT back when Enzo was hurt. Cass was a good talker.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
no,
I'm not
yeah.
saying Cass isn't a good talker. I'm just saying
He's just the better.
right.
Okay.
Enzo was the better talker out of the two because the reason why is because Enzo gets to write his own material.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
And
didn't know that.
that's why he's good. It's
Okay.
Do we
because he
expect
gets to
this
be
match
himself.
to be anything other than just like a fun opening?
I expect
I
this.
expect it to
I
be a
expect
pre-show.
it to be serious.
I expect the pre-show.
I'm not gonna.
No,
Put
that's
I'm
our
not-
truth and
I
gold
don't-
dust.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna.
Oh,
I'm
God.
not gonna put a serious match on the pre-show. because it's more serious.
That
It
is
should be,
serious,
at least.
especially Cass's reaction to it. Like it kind of made me feel bad because like I know he's trying to be a heel, but damn it, he was
You
making
could
the best
tell that,
points
like-
on earth. Yes, Enzo does write checks that his mouth writes checks that his ass can't cash.
That's the truth.
It's true.
And it's true.
We've seen it multiple times.
And
So
it's
many
like
times.
Enzo is the reason why, Big Cass hasn't won a championship. Why? Because Enzo always takes the fall.
Yeah.
And it's also an issue because Cass is just the big guy in a big guy's company. And
that's
you
what
knew
Vince
it
wants.
wasn't going to last long.
But
Where do you go with Enzo
here's
after
my
this
point.
feud?
Here's my
205.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to 205.
You know what? That's actually not a bad idea.
But
No,
here's
I
the
think it's
point.
fine.
Here's the point. Like I could see Enzo doing a lot better than Cass does, even though Cass turned on Enzo. So it could be like a reverse Shawn Michaels Marty Jannetty situation.
Oh my god.
Like I got kicked in the face, but I'm still doing better than you. I can see that.
he would no. He's still gonna print that merch money. Come on now.
Yeah.
Of course.
Enzo is a merch machine.
Yeah.
All right, with any catchphrases he comes up with, it's getting put on a shirt. He's gonna make some merch sales.
I want to see him just talk about the stupidest shit with Neville and see Neville get so pissed.
Oh my god! I
That
would
would
love
be
to see him
hilarious.
drop
That
the
would be
title to
great.
Enzo.
I want to see Austin Aries interview Enzo Amore.
Oh yeah!
Yes. Yes. Book it, WWE.
Yes, book it, Vince. Book it, Vince.
Vince doesn't care about 205 Live.
Book it, Heyman.
Does he even
Wait,
do
can
anything
we
in terms
put
of that?
him
Like,
in
in
charge
terms of creative or
205
anything?
Live? That
I
would
wonder
be
who
beautiful.
is lead for 205.
Yeah,
Does
who's
anyone
lead for
know?
205?
Whoever's
Probably
on
Triple H.
SmackDown.
Yeah, it's probably.
No, it's not Trips. Because if it was Trips, it'd be good. Please
fired.
tell me I'm wrong.
Shots fired.
If anybody
I'll
could
look
tell
it up.
me I'm wrong, I would greatly
205 isn't
appreciate
bad
it.
though.
205 is garbage.
You really think? So?
outside
It's
of Neville.
shit. Other than Neville, Austin Aries, somewhat TJP, and maybe Jack Gallagher. That entire
No, Gallagher's great.
Gallagher is great.
I've
but-
always hated TJP.
You
Why?
have? You have?
I hated TJP.
I think
when
he was good for the classic. He
No.
was a good choice for the classic.
No. He
was good
because
as
of his
Suicide.
story.
I hated him as Manic. He was okay as Suicide.
He was also Suicide. He was great at Suicide.
He was the worst Suicide.
He was.
How
Okay,
was he
and
the
if
worst
we're saying
Suicide?
he's a great Suicide and he's the worst, that's not bad company.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine.
so the other two notable suicides are Kazarian and
Kazarian
Christopher
was great.
Daniels.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And you could always tell who it was because they would still use their finisher. Because TNA is kind of like you could use whatever move you want.
yeah.
So they'd still hit him.
Here's the thing,
Who's
Suicide
behind the
was a-
mask now?
There
I don't
is.
think they have
Oh
first.
no!
Is there
Suicide did
Suicide?
come back. Suicide came back. I
Who,
don't know
who
who
is
it
he now?
Google it, sir.
Okay.
It's probably
Everybody,
somebody that'll end up being cruiserweight champion. in like 5
everybody in the
years.
room got it, or they might have already been cruiserweight champion.
Oh,
Plot twist.
right. Plot twist.
Yeah, but just like we're using Google heavily today.
Okay.
Can I just say something? This chair is the most comfortable and uncomfortable chair I've ever sat in.
At the same
At
time,
the same damn time.
It's not.
I understand. I do a lot of work.
But
in
it's
those chairs.
I know, but it's a drummer stool, so it's like it's very understandable why it's comfortable and uncomfortable.
Yeah, 'cause, like you have to be uncomfortable enough to do your job right.
You can't get too comfy. You might be lazy.
Oh yeah,
Get
it's
too
happened to me
comfortable, sit
often.
down.
I'm like, can I get another chair? Guys, can I get another chair?
I can't really tell
Yeah,
who writes
but-
for 205.
I'm
yeah.
telling you, it's probably SmackDown writers. Like,
No, okay. It's SmackDown writers, but Triple H probably leaves after
no,
SmackDown.
it's not Trips. I'm telling you,